One, two, three. Yes. Chambersburg at Carlisle.
Check 1, check 2, check 1, check 2.
Check 3, check 4.
This is Chambersburg Trojans football on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
This is a production of MidPennBroadcasting.com, where over 70 local sporting events a year stream live to your PC, laptop, phone, and tablet. Tonight's Chambersburg Trojans game is brought to you by F&M Trust. They're in the community and 100% local. Come to the right place for local banking. Member FDIC. Antrim Insurance, your local Erie insurance agent. Waste Management, environmentally friendly technologies and advanced innovations. RE/MAX Premier Executives Agent Lois Baer. Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency serving the tri-state area for 35 years. Lecron Comfort Solutions, serving all of Franklin County with professional service and installation. Klein Tours, New York City, Atlantic City, and more. Visit kleintours.net for complete tour schedule. Now, with the play-by-play, here's Gary Klein and Mike Berger.
Live from Ken Millen Stadium, it's Chambersburg Trojan football on the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com. Tonight, it's Week 8. It's the Chambersburg Trojans versus the Carlisle Thundering Herd. Good evening, I'm Mike Berger along with Gary Lang. Thank you so much for joining us. It's another week of football. The weather is beautiful tonight. And guess what? It's another homecoming festivity we'll get to enjoy tonight as we're going to broadcast you hopefully a good game as both teams are looking at this season in two types of directions. For the Chambersburg Trojans, who last week lost to CDE's 45-19, this is a season and now it's become more of an instructional prepare for the future. The Trojans, who lost a lot of seniors throughout the 2012-2013 campaign, are really trying to adjust, figure out who is their future for years to come. We have a couple of names we talked about throughout the year that we really think is going to keep this Chambersburg Trojans hopefully on the competitive side for seasons to come. Meanwhile, for the Carlisle Thundering Herd, they're coming tonight 3-4, 1-3 in the Mid-Penn. They're trying to get 500 during this season. They got 3 more games. You never know what could happen. And who knows, if you're a 500 team, you might get a chance to get into the Mid-Penn playoffs. So tonight, Gary, we saw the Chambersburg Trojans play against the Central Dauphin East Panthers, and there were some bright spots there in the first half, but after that, it kind of fell. After that, the defense had some bright spots. The offense had some very low spots. But for Gary, what does the Trojans need to do tonight compared to what they did last week?
Well, they need to show some offense. Their offense has been, I have to say it, their offense has been weak so far this year. Hunter Leedy, the quarterback, is still out with a concussion. So they counted on Hunter quite a bit. Last week, freshman Caden Hoover, he got some game time. He was 4 for 6 for 20 yards. However, he was sacked twice for 17 yards. So not much on the passing game last week. And the rushing game was kind of non-existent also. Chambersburg has to put some offense together this week. Whether it's going to be passing or rushing, we'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll talk about this Carlisle squad here during our pregame show. But for the key for the Trojans, they got to get first downs. It seems like they're always 3 and out, ready to punt the football. They got to get some good blocks. They had some holes they just couldn't get through. They get some key yardage last week. And also, no turnovers. You can't turn over the football. You're going against a team that likes to put some points on the board. That's the Carlisle Thundering Herd. And tonight, we'll see what the Chambersburg Trojans will do tonight live at Carlisle, Pennsylvania. We're excited for you for this game. Hope you are too. And when we come back, we'll talk about tonight's game right after these messages. You're listening to the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
To come clean. Been punished? What did you do?
I backed into a tree.
I got dinged at the mall.
I hit black ice, then a parked car.
And your punishment was?
They raised my auto premium.
Here's how to stop the punishment. Get Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. With Rate Lock, you'll get a low rate that stays low, even if you file a claim. You're locked in until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Which means when you call on us, you'll feel like you're supposed to feel relieved.
For complete details or to get a seriously good quote, call Antrim Insurance. In Greencastle, call 593-0500. In Waynesboro, call 762-4565.
See for yourself why more than 90% of Erie customers stay with Erie. Rate lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
It's home equity season at F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
Every day, Fast Signs helps businesses with their visual communications. We ask the right questions, recommend smart solutions, and help you build your business. At Fast Signs, we're innovators, planners, and designers, and we're more than ready to help. Contact Fast Signs today.
Visit www.fastsigns.com or visit us at our Greencastle and York locations.
Chalk Talk, the only program dedicated exclusively to Franklin County High School football, is on MidPennBroadcasting.com. Join Gary Klein and Mike Montadoro every Thursday night at 7:30, streaming live from John Allison Public House, 401 East Baltimore Street in Greencastle. We preview each week's upcoming games and talk with the players, coaches, and reporters. You're invited to join the conversation. Email us your questions and comments during the show. Chalk Talk on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Live and local. This is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Tonight's pregame show brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local area insurance agent serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding areas. Antrim Insurance, 169 South Antrim Way, Greencastle, and 1685 East Main Street in Waynesboro. Tonight, it's the Trojans against the Thundering Herd. We're live. The band is really cranking it up tonight, the Chambersburg Trojan Marching Band, as we're getting ready here for Week 8 football. It's hard to believe. The season is about done. Unfortunately for the Trojans, after tonight, they'll have 2 more games. They'll have 2 at Trojan Stadium next week. October 24th will be against the Harrisburg Cougars. That's always a special treat. And I pray that the band, they got one of the best bands you ever want to hear. If you're in Chambersburg, around the area, you definitely want to go. If you just like listen to bands, you got to go to the game to listen to Harrisburg. And then the following week, the last game, Trick or Treat Night, Halloween, October 31st. Trojans will win this season against the Cumberland Valley Eagles.
Hey, it's a great night for football in Carlisle. Nice weather. Those of you in Chambersburg and elsewhere, you probably had a great sunset also. It's just football weather tonight, Mike. The only thing right now pregame is the Chambersburg band is loud. Nice performance under the direction of Dave Leonard. But their horns and their drum line and even the xylophones are loud.
Yeah, it's a whole roundabout affair for the Trojan band. Again, a nice hand. And let's talk about tonight's game. Tonight, Trojans are coming in 1-6, 1-3 in the Mid-Penn. Carlisle 3-4, 1-3 in the Mid-Penn. Carlisle has a third-year quarterback, Billy Berger, who's really focused this year, has been on big plays. He passes a lot, and the big thing is he's been able to execute in those big plays. And he's good percentage-wise, 119 for 162 in the passing game. 62%. He's piled up over 1,500 yards, 12 touchdowns, and thrown only 4 interceptions. Him with his top receiver, speedy Deontay Ramsey. He's had 7 touchdowns this year. And Gary, just for that stat, you had a good one when we were getting ready for tonight's game about the Chambersburg Trojans.
Chambersburg Trojans have only had 7 touchdowns all year, and 2 were last week on pick sixes.
Yeah, and last week they actually were in negative total yards offense, going into halftime. So the Trojans, that's not going to equal wins. You got to get your offense together and go against a squad that likes to put points on the board. You're going to have to get the equalizer out and hopefully be able to do something against Thundering Herd squad that's done pretty good so far in this campaign.
Well, we'll have to see with Chambersburg, see if they can control the ball. One unusual statistic is that the leading Chambersburg rusher with yards per carry is only slightly more than 3.5 yards per carry, Darius Johnson. So 3 and out has happened quite a few times this year for Chambersburg. Their ground game has not always been there. Passing game, it's questionable at times. They don't have their main quarterback, Hunter Leedy, tonight again, out with concussion. So we'll have to see what Chambersburg can put together, see what their game plan is. Carlisle, as you say, is mostly a passing team. They average probably about 230, 240 yards per game passing, and probably about 120 rushing. So they're predominantly passing. One of the unusual statistics, you mentioned Ramsey. He's had 50 catches for 800 yards or so, but he's lost 3 fumbles. So maybe if we can hit him hard and, maybe make him a little gun shy catching the ball tonight, maybe that could be a strategy for Chambersburg.
Yeah, for Carlisle, last week they lost 45-8 here, right at home here at Ken Millen Stadium against Central Dauphin. The Chambers already played Central Dauphin, had their own troubles with them, and it looked pretty good thus far early on in that game. Carlisle was actually up 8-7 when Billy Berger found Deontay Ramsey on that 39-yard pass with a score. That was at the 7:40 mark, and then after that, the final score is 45-8. So after that, it was all Central Dauphin. So tonight, it's Carlisle, it's Chambersburg. We got Chris Eckstein doing the video tonight for us, and can't wait to give it to you next, right after these messages. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Companies that want to spend a gazillion dollars on funny TV ads can go right ahead, as long as it's not my money paying for it. For seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance, I go to Erie Insurance, where a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products. But don't just take it from me. Talk to your local Erie agent.
Call Antrim Insurance. In Greencastle, call 593-0500. In Waynesboro, call 762-4565.
There's nothing like being at the game. The excitement, the fun, the food, and all the waste. Whether it's popcorn boxes, hot dog wrappers, or this soda cup. Big games generate tons of waste. That's why Waste Management is helping stadiums and businesses reduce waste altogether through recycling and organic composting. To learn more, talk to your local waste management representative or visit thinkgreen.com.
Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency, has been serving the tri-state area for 35 years. We specialize in screen printing and embroidered clothing. Del Martin Incorporated supplies a full range of brand-name uniforms for athletic, work, and medical applications, and a full line of advertising essentials. We have an in-house artist ready to put your ideas to work for you. T-shirts for schools, clubs, churches, and events. Del Martin Incorporated, 21 Sarah Susan Lane, Greencastle. Phone 717-597-5751 or online at delprint.com.
Have heating or air conditioning needs? Look no further than Lecron's Comfort Solutions. We service all brands: heat pumps, humidifiers, system replacements, gas, oil, electric heat, and ductless systems. Lecron's Comfort Solutions is your authorized Trane dealer. Call Corey at 717-597-3768 for a free estimate. We are licensed and insured. Lecron's Comfort Solutions. Local company, local name, serving Greencastle and all of Franklin County with professional service and installation.
You're listening to Trojans Football with Gary Klein and Mike Berger on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
But I've been forgotten, Joe. I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go?
It's the pregame show live at Ken Millen Stadium, Carlisle, Pennsylvania. It's the Chambersburg Trojans versus the Carlisle Thundering Herd. It's another homecoming night here in Carlisle as the Chambersburg Trojans are running into the field, excited for Week 8 action. And for the Chambersburg Trojans, are coming in tonight, as Gary Lang told us at pregame, there will be no Hunter Leedy for the second straight week due to concussion status. Deshaun Moore, Caden Hoover, they took active roles last week as quarterback, and I'm sure they'll be splitting roles tonight depending on who's in a groove or not for the Chambersburg Trojans. Trojans, they really got to rely. They got to get some offense. I mean, last week they really had 2 interceptions. It was kind of nip and tuck there in the first half. The Trojans.
It was very exciting to see Trojans return those balls, and it was 14-12 at one point last week.
Yeah, it was very exciting there in the first half, and then unfortunately for them, everything kind of fell apart. The Panthers were able to get some big plays on the offense. There was that one play in the third quarter, kind of put the icing on the cake. The quarterback rolling out, 3rd and long, and the Trojans, the whole team was after the quarterback.
Or was it a 4th down attempt for field goal?
Yeah, it was one. Oh, the fake field goal. That was another big play as well, and they found somebody in the end zone for the score. And after that, the Trojans kind of lost their muster, they lost their momentum, and unfortunately for them, another loss in the books as now they're 1-6 with tonight's game and then 2 more games after this.
Yeah, Carlisle, we'll have to see what offense they bring to the game tonight. They have averaged 27 points per game. Last week they were held to 8. So the question is, can Chambersburg hold them this week?
Yeah, the Carlisle Thundering Herd, they do like to show some points on the board. They've scored 22 points in the last 2 weeks. The Chambersburg Trojans, I don't think they haven't actually scored 22 points all year. They had 20 points against Mifflin County, the Huskies. That was their only win this year. It was at Mifflin County. A nice little drive up there at Lewistown. And last year when I did this game, the Trojans won. They won 17-6. It was a very rainy, muddy field. Carlisle does not have the fancy turf that a lot of teams now have at their high school, but it's a very nice, well-kept field they have here.
I can remember when the Redskins used to have exhibitions here, practice games after the fall training, and you get down right on the field with the Redskins. But the Redskins moved from Carlisle to Frostburg to Ashburn. I believe the Redskins are in Richmond.
Yeah,
now.
Richmond. Yep.
Yeah.
So we're getting ready here for Chambersburg Trojan football, and right after this short break, we'll start first half action. You're listening to the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
A full-service advertising agency has been serving the tri-state area for 35 years. We specialize in screen printing and embroidered clothing. Del Martin Incorporated supplies a full range of brand-name uniforms for athletic, work, and medical applications, and a full line of advertising essentials. We have an in-house artist ready to put your ideas to work for you. T-shirts for schools, clubs, churches, and events. Del Martin Incorporated, 21 Sarah Susan Lane, Greencastle. Phone 717-597-5751 or online at delprint.com.
Your home for Franklin County sports. This is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
We will be back shortly after the conclusion of our national anthem.
So we're ready to go here at Ken Mellon Stadium. Carlisle Thundering Herd, Chambersburg Trojans. National anthem done by the Carlisle Marching Band. Great job by them.
Game time temperature about 67 degrees. Flag is moving just a little bit, so it's possibly 2, 3, 4, 5 miles per hour. So the wind's not going to play a factor. It's dry tonight. We've got a great turf field. The only problem could be is some of our players could be slipping on the field. It seems to be a long turf, but we'll just have to see how both sides have to play on the same field. So it's going to be no advantage or disadvantage for both either team. So we'll have to see how the game is played out.
So Chambersburg looks like they won the toss. They elected to receive. And Trojans, that got to get points on the board. And what a way to start is having the first possession of tonight's contest.
We'll have to see who's going to be kicking off for Carlisle. Carlisle does not have a place kicker. This year they've had 14 successful 2-point conversions, but they haven't kicked an extra point all year, I believe. Talking before the game to one of the Carlisle coaches, and they said that the kicker quit after the first game. So I don't know if he was successful or not successful, or maybe just didn't like football.
Yeah, you never know.
But it's a great night for football here, and
it's a good crowd here in the Carlisle side for homecoming. I'd say it's pretty well filled in the bleachers. We're right on the home side. Chambersburg Trojans are across from us on your TV monitor, or however you're watching this. If you're watching our video feed, they have a decent crowd, and they got the band here tonight. And the officials are placing the football. The umpires counting the players, 11 on each side, and we're ready to roll here at Ken Millen Stadium. Trojans, they'd like to get more than one win in this season. Tonight, they have a chance. Carlisle 3-4 coming in tonight. Carlisle's had some surprise victories this year, but what's his old saying? It's anybody's ball game. You got to play the games. You never
can't play it
assume
on
anything.
paper. You play it on the field.
That's exactly right.
Chambersburg deep receiver standing about the 10 or 15 yard line, so they're expecting a short kick.
And Chucky Nist for the Thundering Herd, ready for the kick. He's waiting for the whistle. And here we go. And Nist starts the contest off with a decent kick around the 18-yard line. And the Chambersburg Trojans are still on their feet. It looks like Darius Johnson. He goes to the 35-40 around the 43-yard line. And Chambersburg Trojans in good field position and start tonight's contest.
We'll have to see who's under center tonight for Chambersburg, whether it's going to be the young freshman or the young freshman Hoover or Deshaun Moore.
It looks like they're going to start with Deshaun Moore. Deshaun Moore, number 3, 5'6", 150-pound junior.
Excellent field position for Chambersburg to start the game.
And Moore waits for the first snap, and he feeds it off. And it's looks like a couple yards gain. And it's for number 27 for the Trojans, Carter Edmondson. Carter Edmondson had that late touchdown for the Trojans in last week's loss against the CD East Panthers. And it will be second down.
It looks like he may have lost a yard on the play, Mike. Looks like second 11 for Chambersburg with 11:28 remaining in the first quarter.
So the defense for the Carlisle Thundering Herd stops Edmondson in his tracks. And just getting started here, 11-19 here in the first. And Chambersburg once again hands off, and this time maybe back to the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be number 24 for the Trojans, Zach High. Zach High had 80 yards rushing in the game against Mifflin County. In the game last week we did, he had, I believe, 10 or 15 yards, so not much from High. He's hoping to get in tonight's contest with a great job like he did 2 weeks ago.
Chambersburg bench, 2 players come in, 2 players go out.
And for Chambersburg, they don't have a deep squad, so they have to watch, especially if they stay on offense a long time or defense, as the Trojans now are spreading their offense, 1 receiver on each side, and the shotgun formation. Moore looking for somebody midfield, and it's intercepted by the Carlisle Thundering Herd, and he's still on his feet and tackled around the 47-yard line. And Moore took a chance, and unfortunately for him, it was not a good one, as number 22, Rashad Eckert, with the interception early on with 10:27 to go here in the first.
Ball was a little bit high and overthrown. Chambersburg turns the ball over. First and 10 Carlisle on the Chambersburg 46-yard line.
So Rashad Eckert, you could tell he was reading that play. And not a lot of mustard, Gary, on that pass. It was kind of floating there a little bit. It gave enough time for the Herd to get it. And now they got possession with first and 10 on the 46.
The entire Carlisle team huddled with the coach on the sideline after the play.
So here's the quarterback, Billy Berger, and his first pass is complete. And he's going to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. He's going all the way for a touchdown. Score for the Carlisle Thundering Herd, Deshaun Millington. So one play, Gary, and the Thundering Herd on the scoreboard.
He split the defense there. 46-yard touchdown run for Deshaun Moore. Or touchdown reception, excuse me. Okay, now we see this unusual formation for Carlisle. They have half the team wide left and about 5 players on the right-hand side.
So Berger with the quick throw to Millington, and they're going to do a fake here. Millington's trying to find somebody in the end zone. It's incomplete. And like you said, Gary, a little trick play there. You kind of knew they weren't going for the extra point the way they were set up. But for the Trojans, it's still a 6-0 deficit here early on at the 10-17 mark. So Billy Berger, one pass, one reception, one touchdown, gets them up 6-0 against the Chambersburg Trojans. We'll talk about what happened on that play right after these messages. You're listening to the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
For best fall colors. That means home equity season at F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. Access extra funds for anything you want. Consolidate high interest bills, keep up with college expenses, or get whatever you need. It's up to you. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit any F&M Trust office or fmtrustonline.com. Restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
Streaming live with over 70 local sporting events a year. This is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Well, if you're just joining us, you just missed a touchdown by the Carlisle Thundering Herd. They're up 6-0 as the Chambersburg Trojans get the ball off the kickoff from number 24, Zach High. He goes a couple yards, and Gary, that was just not a good way to start the game. You have the football, you throw an interception, you get your defense ready, and Billy Berger gets one
first play
play.
from scrimmage, yes. We have to stop the herd. What's the word? Beat the herd. But you got to stop them first. Nice run back there by Chambersburg. Ball's in pretty decent field position, about the 37, 38-yard line. First and 10 Chambersburg. 10-10 left in the first quarter.
So Coach Saunders back for Week 8. He was suspended for Week 7 action, and right away he's probably starting to have that migraine as there's a flag, and it's going to be on the Chambersburg Trojans for illegal procedure. So right away they're going to be double sticks, first and 15, with 10:09 here to go in the first.
Deshaun Moore was in shotgun position that time. We'll have to see what's on the minds of the Chambersburg coaches, whether they're going to run the ball or pass ball tonight.
Yeah, they're going to have to figure out their front line's pretty big for the Carlisle Thundering Herd. So the running game, you're going to have to be strong and try to get those holes. That's what they got to get, the holes. As now a feed to Darius Johnson, and he maybe gets a couple yards almost to the original line of scrimmage. Darius Johnson, one of the bright spots on the offensive side for the Chambersburg Trojans. He's had some key games.
He's had over 200 yards rushing. He's a leading rusher for Chambersburg with 235 this year. However, that only translates to maybe 35 yards a game rushing.
So it should be 2nd and 10 officially, all on their own 37-yard line. As the quarterback, Deshaun Moore, waits for football motion. Another flag. This time the linesman saying again, Chambersburg. And the coaches, if you're watching on our Game Time PA app, they're walking over to the linesman questioning what's going on here. And you always, being an official, when you're throwing that flag and the coaches are right on you, they're really going to watch you. And I'm sure he has a legitimate case, but for the Trojans, man, they're in a pickle already. 2nd and 15, 9:22 here in the first.
Chambersburg called for offsides on that play. 2nd and 15 for Chambersburg.
So Deshaun Moore.
He comes back in the huddle. Let's see what play he and the coaching staff have called. Chambersburg has been using a lot of motion on offense.
Shamor, shotgun, gets the football, and Herder racing toward him. Darius Johnson able to get the catch around the 35-yard line, and he goes back to the 34. So nice catch by Johnson, but when you're down 2nd and 15, you need a lot more than that to keep going.
Yeah, he was being pursued by a Carlisle lineman, was Moore, and had a floater pass, which allows the defense to catch up to the receiver.
Yeah, top defenders for the Herd. The end, Timmy Royster, 37 tackles. He's had 10 for a loss this year so far. And the linebacker, Nate Barnes, with 38 tackles.
Now, one thing Chambersburg has not had a lot of this year has been first downs. It's 3rd and long for Chambersburg, 3rd and about 8.
So once again, the quarterback for Chambersburg drops back. Deshaun Moore, he's trying to find somebody. He keeps the football. He's at the 30-yard line, down around the 33. That's not going to help, and the Trojans are going to have to punt the football.
That was a nice tackle by number 9, Timmy Ressler. Good form tackle. He tackled him around the waist, and that's the way it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to bump players down, as I see a lot in the NFL these days. You're supposed to wrap your arms around them like Ressler did.
So the Trojans will have to punt. Nazir Taylor, he's doing the punting duties tonight. And for the Chambersburg Trojans, they're going to have to get a good punt to make Carlisle earn a touchdown. This one's going to drop around the 45 on the Carlisle end of the field.
Good Chambersburg roll, and Carlisle takes over. 1st and 10 on their own 36.
This broadcast brought to you by F&M Trust. It's home equity season, F&M Trust. Great time to rake in big savings with some of the best interest rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. Learn more at fnmtrustonline.com, equal housing lender. Mike Berger along with Gary Lang. It's 6-0 Carlisle, just starting here, 7:23 mark. Carlisle Thundering Herd on one play. Billy Berger to Deshaun Millington. Millington off to the races, 46 yards. Goes in the end zone, and now they have the ball once again. As the feed goes to another handoff, and this time successful. 30 to the 20, to the 15, to the 10. A host of Trojans are after him, but too late. Carlisle Thundering Herd scores again, and it's number 32 this time. It is Tyler Green. So Tyler Green runs in another one play, run for the races. And Tyler Green, he has put the Carlisle Thundering Herd up 12-0.
Yeah, Green is the one of the leading running backs for Carlisle. He has 280 yards this year, and he just added 64 to that.
So you can't even look down at your score sheet. You look up, the Herd are running down the field.
64-yard run by Tyler Green.
So the Herd again trying to go for a 2-point conversion. This time it's again no good. The intended receiver was number 1, Dante Ramsey. So the Herd has scored 2 touchdowns here, and there's still 7:10 left here in the first quarter. We'll be right back right after these messages. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidpenBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Have heating or air conditioning needs? Look no further than Lecron's Comfort Solutions. We service all brands: heat pumps, humidifiers, system replacements, gas, oil, electric heat, and ductless systems. Lecron's Comfort Solutions is your authorized Trane dealer. Call Corey at 717-597-3768 for a free estimate. We are licensed and insured. Lecron's Comfort Solutions. Local company, local name, serving Greencastle and all of Franklin County with professional service and installation.
Live and local. This is MidpenBroadcasting.com.
So the Chambersburg Trojans down 12-0 here at Ken Millen Stadium against Carlisle Thundering Herd. The Trojans now with their third field possession with the football now, as Darius Johnson catches it around the 30. He goes to the 35-40, still on his feet, down around the 45-yard line. And the Chambersburg Trojans, Gary, they have the football now. It's the third time, and they're down 12-0.
The bright spot I see for Chambersburg is that they've had excellent kickoff returns and good field position to start with, 3 and out. And Carlisle's very efficient on offense, averaging 55 yards per play so far.
Yeah, that was a 64-yard run, and officially they're saying it was Glenn Jackson with the run. 64 yards by Glenn Jackson for the Carlisle Thundering Herd. And for Deshaun Moore and crew for the Trojans, they got to get something going, or this game's going to be put away very soon.
Okay, let's change that on our score sheet to Glenn Jackson.
So Glenn Jackson, number 34, 64 yards. And again, we have another penalty. And they're saying it's not a penalty. They threw the flag up. It's still, instead, second down, loss of a couple yards. So this is not what the Chambersburg Trojans wanted to do going up 81 North tonight. They didn't want to come here down 12-0 with still 6.5 minutes left in the first.
A wide receiver split right for Chambersburg.
So Moore under center, barking out the calls, gets the football and feeds it inside to the middle. Nowhere to go. Defense has been strong and stellar for the Thundering Herd. As maybe it looks like a couple yards lost. Well, depends on the where they spot the football. And it was a quarterback keeper. Nowhere to go, and the Trojans are 3rd and 11, ball on their own 42-yard line.
Carlisle defense very stingy tonight on the defensive line, and their defensive backfield, they've picked off a pass already. So Carlisle, they're up for this homecoming game.
And the Herd is on a mission. The Thundering Herd are 3 and 4. They like to finish the season at 500, at least 5 and 5. That might give them, depending on the power ranking formula, a chance to get into mid-pen play. 3rd and 11. Moore again looking for somebody to feed. Instead takes it, looking for somebody to throw. And the intended receiver, it's caught. And it's caught by number 81, Jacob Malego. That's good for a first down. And maybe this will get the Trojans going.
About 20 yards on the play there, Mike. Nice open play. Strong throw by the quarterback, Moore, and Malego was open. Made the easy reception.
Yeah, that was a key word. It was a strong throw. That interception he gave up against Carlisle was a little floater there. Good read. Malego saw it, got some key yards. Fresh set of downs for Chambersburg.
First down, Chambersburg.
So once again, Moore under center. He's going to try to find somebody again. Instead, he feeds it in the middle, maybe a yard or two.
Inside handoff, gains about 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, it was Zach High, a couple yards there. Chambersburg, a very young team. They lost a lot of starters from last year.
I'm sure Chambersburg scouted Carlisle last week, and maybe they determined that there was some weakness in their defense, but Carlisle has not shown any weakness so far.
Definitely not on the offense side. Hey, if you can throw 2 plays and get 12 points, you can't beat it.
Yeah, split receiver left for Carlisle.
So 2nd and 8, and officials are saying timeout Chambersburg. So with a timeout, we'll give you a chance to talk about our promotion we got going on. A chance to win 2 tickets and bus transportation from Klein Tours to the Philadelphia Eagles at Washington Redskin game Saturday, December 20th at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. All you got to do is this. Register at midpenbroadcasting.com or on your own mobile website on your phone. Click on Register to Win, enter the phrase or word that we'll tell you here in a second. The winner will be announced Friday, October 31st at halftime during our final regular season game. And the word tonight is?
Well, it's actually a phrase,
Or
Mike.
phrase. We'll do phrase.
Well, what's a phrase? Beat the Herd. We used to have as a cheer or slogan when I was in high school, nearly 50 years ago. What's the word? Beat the Herd. So Chambersburg, if that's their mission tonight, beat the Herd. So please enter our contest and get tickets for 2 to see the Redskins. If you've never been to an NFL game, it's pretty exciting. Back to the play here, Mike.
Yeah, it'll be a real treat, and hopefully the Trojans can beat the Herd tonight. Right now they got the work cut out, but the Trojans will try to do something here as Deshaun Moore, after the timeout, decides to do a quarterback keeper, not able to find anybody during that feed-off, and loses a couple yards, and it's going to be 3rd and at least 11 or 12.
That reminds me of plays Texas used to make on the college level, where the quarterback fakes the feed into the belly of the fullback, pulls it back, and then tries to either run with it or set up a pass play.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Trojans, it looked like Deshaun Moore faked himself out. He didn't know what to do with that football. The defensive line was ready for him. So here's a big play in the game. You're saying big play, still got a whole football game to go. You're down 12-0, and it's 3rd and 11. Moore shotgun. He's in the middle. He almost fell to his feet. He's still
gets back
going
on
to the line of scrimmage and falls down, and it's going to be Trojans about to punt the football.
It was an empty backfield. Chambersburg had spread offense, but Deshaun Moore slipped as he was trying to set up the play and started to run, but little or no gain. It's going to be 4th and 10, 4th and 11 for Chambersburg on the Carlisle 40-yard line.
Yeah, Alex Cowell, number 88, a big play there for the Thundering Herd, giving Moore all sorts of fits as Taylor waits for the football, and it's a nice high one, landing around the 22-yard line, touches a Trojan, and the Trojans will fall down on Zach High, and the Carlisle will get a fresh set of downs. And for Chambersburg, they're hoping it's more than one play. The defense for Chambersburg, Gary, they should be well rested.
Okay. Hey, Taylor has been a bright spot for Chambersburg this year with his place kicking and his punting. seems to be a decent little player.
Yeah, Taylor, and guess what? He's only a freshman, so you have plenty more years for the kicker. And we said last week, a lot of these players, they do a lot of different things for the football team. They don't just do offense, they also do defense. They may hold the football for a place kick. I mean, they definitely have some all-around athletes, especially what we saw last week against CD East.
Okay, Carlisle's third offensive play of the game.
So Billy Berger, he's waiting for the football. And right away, the Carlisle Thundering Herd, they like to pass. And this one, again, it goes to number 1, Dante Ramsey. And for the Trojans, they knew something was going on. They've thrown that same type of play the last 2 that they scored touchdowns. And eventually, the Trojans are going to read on that.
Well, it was single coverage out on the left side of the Carlisle line, and the Chambersburg defender made the tackle. Did what he was supposed to do.
So Berger shotgun formation, another pass to Ramsey there on the right side, and he's still on his feet to the 35, 38-yard line, and that's going to be good enough for a Thundering Herd first down.
The Carlisle team, they're not throwing the ball north-south. They're throwing it east-west, but they're still successful.
They're throwing east-west, and they're going north a lot, too, so far, with 12 points on the scoreboard. So the Thundering Herd, fresh set of downs. 2 receivers in the backfield. This time a feed to number 32 for the Herd, and he's tackled hard by a host of Trojans. And number 32, Tyler Green, had nowhere to go. Great job. Mitch Haller was part of that play. Mitch Haller won the leading tackles. That was his 80th tackle of the season. 2:31 here. First quarter, 2nd and 13. Carlisle.
Offense for Carlisle. Trips left.
So one good thing for Chambersburg Trojans, maybe that scoring happened early in the contest. Let's adjust our defense and see what happens here. As Berger now trying to figure out the right sequence here. And he fires a pass, intended receiver, no good. Good coverage once again by Chambersburg, and this was for Mike Wiesner. Mike Wiesner, 118 yards, 4 touchdowns coming in tonight's contest.
Well, Mike, are you any relation to the Carlisle quarterback, Berger?
Actually, I'm not.
Okay.
So he must be in that Germany heritage. A lot of them came over the boat about 400 years ago. So Berger now, he has his work cut out, 30 and 13, ball on their own 33-yard line. And he hands it off to number 32, Tyler Green. And this time the Chambersburg Trojans knew it was coming.
They hold. The Chambersburg defense holds, so it looks like Carlisle's going to send their punting team on the field.
So a great hold by the Chambersburg Trojans here. 1:49 to play, first quarter.
Berger back to kick for Carlisle.
And there we go. We're talking about players doing a lot of different duties. As Darius Johnson.
Well, I see trips left for Carlisle. I wonder if they've got something up their sleeve.
Oh, they could. They've done a couple tricks so far tonight. So Berger decides he is going to kick the football. Goes over Darius Johnson's head. It bounces around the 20-yard line in Carlisle's favor. Johnson just looks at it, and the Herd touches it finally. It's going to be a lot of field to gain for the Trojans as the ball goes around the 11-yard line.
About a 57-yard punt. It looked like as if it was had a chance of being blocked by Chambersburg, but you got off a big punt, and Chambersburg deep back let it get over his head, and Chambersburg starts in poor field position this time on about their own 11-yard line. 1st and 10, Chambersburg.
And Deshaun Moore's still doing quarterback duties. We saw Moore in the first half of last week's contest, and then Hoover came in, took a lot of the second half duties. Moore under center. Trojans have a receiver far left. Moore waits for the football. He's going to feed it, and this time, good opening hole, but it looks like there's going to be some flags. I saw that from here. It was on Darius Johnson, had the ball from Moore. It looks like somebody had him on the face mask.
Either that or clothesline.
Clothesline, face mask equals penalty, and that's going to be something hopefully the Trojans can build on.
Could have been Fred the Hammer Williamson coming back for Carlisle.
And that's a good one. That's a 15-yarder. You got 2 types of face masks. You got the little one where you barely touch the face mask for 5 yards, or you have the one where you grab it and you kind of turn it left or right. That's what happened to Darius Johnson. He'll take it, as it's going to be a fresh set of downs for Chambersburg.
Either way, it's a dangerous play for the ball carrier, as it puts pressure on his neck, and it's not good. So we don't like to see that happening, nor do we like to see the penalty, but that's how they balance it out.
So Moore now has something to work with after that 15-yard penalty. Fresh set of downs. Moore waiting for the ball. Defense stifling there in the center. He's trying to find somebody and goes in the middle, and he goes nowhere. I saw the Thundering Herds defense go straight middle, thinking that that's what the play was going to be. And for Darius Johnson, he didn't go anywhere. Maybe even a couple-yard loss.
Yeah, Chambersburg using a lot of man in motion on their offensive sets here.
Yeah, Herd has some big guys there right in the middle there of the defense. Their defensive line has done good job so far for the Herd. 26 seconds and counting. Trojans will get at least one more play off here in the first quarter. Trojans down 12-0. As Moore, once again, under center, waiting for the football. A little movement by the defense. No flag as Moore. He's on the ground. As a good rush by the defense of Carlisle. That was number 21. Number 21 is Garrison Bias. Bias, he ran right through the hole, found Moore, slammed him to the ground, and that's going to end the first quarter.
Moore in the wrong direction that time. Lost about 8 or 10 on the play.
So end of the first quarter here, Week 8 action. Thanks for joining us. We're at Ken Millen Stadium. The score thus far, Carlisle Thundering Herd 12, Chambersburg Trojans nothing. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Shorter now, and South Central PA is showing off her best fall colors. That means home equity season at F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. Access extra funds for anything you want. Consolidate high-interest bills, keep up with college expenses, or get whatever you need. It's up to you. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit any F&M Trust office or fmtrustonline.com. Restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
Chalk Talk, the only program dedicated exclusively to Franklin County High School football, is on MidPennBroadcasting.com. Join Gary Klein and Mike Montadoro every Thursday night at 7:30, streaming live from John Allison Public House, 401 East Baltimore Street in Greencastle. We preview each week's upcoming games and talk with the players, coaches, and reporters. You're invited to join.
And they're starting the second quarter earlier, so we want to make sure you see the action of what's going on. Chambersburg 3rd and 19, just getting here in the second quarter. Moore in shotgun formation, trying to find somebody. Instead, he's sacked this time by number 1, Dante Ramsey. Loss of yardage. It'll be 4th down, and it'll be a punt.
Another great play by the Carlisle defense, rushing the passer, and also the Carlisle defenders had the Chambersburg receivers covered, so it was hard for Moore to pick out a receiver in that play.
And that has to be frustrating for Chambersburg. They go through, in between quarters trying to figure out a good offensive play, 3rd and long. Instead, it's a long loss, and they're going to have to punt the football. So the Trojans, Nazir punts it. It's a good one from where he was at. It goes around the 48-yard line. And number 1, Dante Ramsey, he's on the right side, and he goes out of bounds around the 38-yard line.
Carlisle and Chambersburg territory to start this drive.
So Nazir Taylor, he was basically on his own end zone kicking at football. And for Carlisle, they're in great position here. Trojans want to keep it here at only 12 points. They have given up so far. Score at Northern tonight. Greencastle's playing Northern, and it's Greencastle Antrim 14, the Northern Polar Bears 0. That's just in the first quarter. Mike Berger with Gary Lang, 11-12 here, 12-0 Carlisle. And feed goes over to number 4. And number 4 able to get some yards to Sean Milliton. Milliton had that one play to start the contest on the Carlisle Thundering Herd offense. He went 46 yards for 6 points.
Here another big play for Carlisle. 8 or 9 yards on the play. Brings up a short 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3 for Carlisle.
So Berger, he's under center. Milliton right behind Berger. And again, another handoff this time to Tyler Green.
Inside the Chambersburg 30.
Yeah, Tyler Green able to go in for the first down. The Chambersburg Trojans just look perplexed out there, Gary, as Carlisle's having their way.
Great night for football, but Chambersburg is not executing.
So Billy Berger, he wants to hand it off again, and some good yardage. Another close to a first down, and it will be a first down. This will go to Tyler Green. So instead of throwing the football, Berger's just having his way. He decided now we're going to do some running plays. And the Trojan defense just looks lost out there.
Score is still only 12-0.
This time Berger wants to pass. The intended receiver is Dante Ramsey. It's above his head. It'll be incomplete.
Yeah, Chambersburg in no way is out of the game. It's still only 12-0, but they've got to stop them here and mount some offense of their own.
Yeah, Trojans had a nice drive the last possession, but this failed in that third and long. As Berger, he fires a pass, and it's complete to number 34, Glenn Jackson.
Another one of the east-west passes that seemed to be working so well for Carlisle tonight.
Glenn Jackson, he has a touchdown tonight, 64-yard run in the first quarter. Coach Saunders yelling out the plays. He's trying to get the defense pumped up going here. It's 3rd and 10. Make that 3rd and 13, 9:40 here in the second quarter. Berger waiting for the football. Instead, there's going to be flags thrown by the linesman and line judge. And the defense for the Trojans, they're knowing it's probably on them. And it is. So it'll be encroachment, 5 yards, still 3rd down for Carlisle. And it's going to be 3rd and 8. Ball on the 15-yard line. So the Trojans trying to stop it here.
Wide receivers right and left are for Carlisle.
Berger taking his time, throwing a ball right down the middle. Easy catch for number 1. The back judge throws his arms up in the air. Touchdown, Carlisle, Dante Ramsey. And the score now is 18-0. So Deontay Ramsey, he was playing center field out there. Long fly ball, easy catch, runs in, touches the end zone.
Yeah, the Carlisle quarterback looked left, looked right, and found Ramsey all alone in the end zone. 9:28 left in the first half.
You're right, Gary. He was all alone. He probably finished his homework before that catch was caught.
And again, this unusual setup for a point after touchdown for Carlisle.
So 9:28, another score for Carlisle. And this time it was an extra point attempt, and it was blocked. It was blocked by the Trojans, number 84, Sam Blevins. Sam Blevins, the 5'10 junior. And for Carlisle, the 2 straight 2-point conversions have failed. An extra point now it's failed, but still, they're up 18-0.
9:28 left in the first half.
Yeah, so 9:28, Chambersburg down 18-0. We'll be right back after these messages. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency, has been serving the tri-state area for 35 years. We specialize in screen printing and embroidered clothing. Del Martin Incorporated supplies a full range of brand-name uniforms for athletic, work, and medical applications, and a full line of advertising essentials. We have an in-house artist ready to put your ideas to work for you. T-shirts for schools, clubs, churches, and events. Del Martin Incorporated, 21 Sarah Susan Lane, Greencastle. Phone 717-597-5751 or online at delprint.com.
Your home for Franklin County sports. This is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Back here at Ken Millen Stadium, Carlisle does a little squib kick. Chambersburg Trojans recover it, ball on their own 30-yard line. And right before the break, Berger hits Dante Ramsey for a nice 15-yard floater right down the middle for a touchdown. And the Trojans are right now down 18-0.
Chambersburg no return on that squib kick. They start the ball on their own 28. Reasonable field position for Chambersburg. They need to put together a string of first downs.
Yeah, that's definitely right, Gary. They have to get something going. As the quarterback for the Trojans, Deshaun Moore, still in there. Moore got the feed. He's looking for somebody to pass. It is caught. It's a success, and it's to number 84, Sam Blevins. Sam Blevins leaped up in the air. Nice two-handed catch, falls to the ground, and that'll be close to a first down.
One official was giving the first down. Here another one.
Yes, he is. He's officially doing it as Blevins. That was a great catch by him. He had a good catch on the last drive by Chambersburg. They were unsuccessful, but he's been one of their only receivers that's been good so far. So 9:09, 1st and 10, Chambersburg, ball on their own 28-yard line. Ramsey fires the pass intended for number 81. It's caught. He's still on his feet, and great job of tackling by the herd. They push him back.
Yeah, as you can see on your video monitor, Carlisle was tackling hard on that play.
Yeah, Garrison By is part of that play for the Thundering Herd. So not much with that Trojan catch, maybe a yard gain. And the ball's going to be on their own 39-yard line.
2nd and 9, they call it for Chambersburg. Shotgun position, Johnson.
So Johnson trying to find a running type play. Instead, everybody falls on their own feet, it looks like. It's going to be a loss of yardage.
Now, who tripped who in that play?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see any untied shoes. So I don't know what happened there. But for the Trojans, they do know this. It's 3rd and a lot.
Unfortunate, Chambersburg not executing well tonight.
Trojans 1-6 coming in tonight's contest. Carlisle 3-4. Carlisle still trying and hope to make something of this season. They're just hoping they can win tonight, up 18-0, and they got 2 more games the rest of the way.
Twins right, single receiver left.
So Moore, he's looking long, and he finds somebody in the middle. It is caught right at their own line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go.
Screen pass.
And it was for number 17, Boaz Pogue. Pogue, who had an interception run in for a touchdown last week, caught the ball at their own line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go. Defense was waiting, and the Trojans will have to punt the football.
Looked like the screen was well set up as 4 Carlisle linemen were pursuing the quarterback, and he lofted it over the linemen, but the secondary Carlisle made the play. Hear a few whistles right now.
And the laundry is on the field, and the line judge, he's counting the football players, and he's saying, it's my fault. There is 11. No, he's saying there is somebody that didn't leave in time. So that's one of the duties of the line judge. Make sure there's...
Has Carlisle been playing with 12 players all night, Mike?
Well, if they have, the line judge must have just put his glasses on.
Okay.
So it's 4th and 5 for the Trojans.
I was just asking.
They're still going to punt the football as Taylor's in the backfield. The freshman waits for it, grabs it, places the kick. It's a nice one. Bounces around the 30-yard line, and it's grabbed by number 4 for Carlisle. And he's still on his feet. Deshaun Middleton, he's at the 30, the 25, the 20, the 10, the 5. It's touchdown, Carlisle. Deshaun Middleton, once again, he has the speed. It was as a kick that he was able to grab off a bounce and run in for another herd score, and it's now 24-0.
I want to say about 65-yard TD return.
So Deshaun Middleton, who had the first play for the Carlisle at the 10-17 mark, ran in. That guy's fast. And the Trojans, all they saw was dust.
The Trojan punter tried to make a saving play there along the sideline, trying to push him out of bounds, but wasn't meant to be. So let's see what kind of trick conversion play Carlisle has up their sleeve.
And they decide to keep it themselves, and they throw a nice pass into the end zone to number 6 for Carlisle. Number 6 is John Christopher. So John Christopher with the 2-point conversion success. So Berger looks like he was going to kick because he does kicking duties for Carlisle as well. He said, no, I'm going to throw the football to Christopher. Everything's working thus far for the herd, and it's 26-0. And we'll keep it right here, and let's talk about what happened there, Gary. The Trojans, they're just having a hard time here with Carlisle, both on the offense and defensive side. Carlisle Thundering Herd, they're able to get them with the running game. Their last series where they scored a touchdown to make it 18-0, they used a lot of runs. In this play, it's been a little bit of both passing. They're just having their way.
Would you say Carlisle has good speed tonight, Mike?
I say they have great speed, and it's a great night for them. It's a homecoming, so they'll have the festivities here at halftime.
Just a few minutes ago, it was 12-0 Carlisle. Chambersburg still in the game, but Carlisle starting to put more points on the board, and score is now 26-0.
Yeah, and guess what? If it goes 9 more points in their favor, they'll be talking mercy. So 2-point conversion was good, 26-0. 6:50 still to go here in the first half, as the Herd will be kicking once again. The Chambersburg Trojans have had the ball, 5 times tonight here in the first half, but nothing to show for it. So here's the little kick, a little squibber by the Herd, and it's grabbed by the Trojans.
Number 17, Pogue, on the return. But whenever he picked it up, Carlisle was in his face and did not allow him to go north-south on the play. So
Yeah, forward
Chambersburg
progress.
is first and 10 on about their own 38-yard line. Over to you, Mike.
The broadcast brought to you by Mobile Express Deposit from F&M Trust. With Mobile Express Deposit, you can use your smartphone camera to point-click deposit checks anytime. Mobile Express Deposit, another great feature built in the F&M Trust mobile app. Learn more at fnmtrustonline.com. Member FDIC. Mike Berger along with Gary Lang. We got Chris Eckstein running the video for you. And if you're watching tonight, the Chambersburg Trojan fan, not a lot of good things to see. As once again, the Trojans do have the football motion there on the left side. As Moore able to successfully feed it to number 4, Khalib Jones. Khalib Jones goes past a couple defenders and lands around the 40-yard line. So a couple-yard gain for the Trojans. It'll be second and about 7 with 6:28 here in the first half.
He made a nice run out of that, picking the spot, trying to move upfield. Carlisle players knifing through the line there, trying to catch him. Pick up about 3 on the play. Chambersburg, second and 7.
So the Trojans, they just like to get on the scoreboard. That's the bottom line. Get on the scoreboard, avoid the mercy situation if Carlisle is able to score 9 more points here in the half. As Moore gets the feed from the shotgun, and he throws it to Zach High. He catches it, but is immediately tackled right about where they were at the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard or so, and it's once again already, it's a 3rd and 7.
Carlisle linebacker playing short center field had the play diagnosed well and made a quick tackle.
So Deshaun Middleton with that 70-yard run to make it 24-0. They're getting the workout. As far as the offense of Carlisle, they've been really showing their speed here. 5:27 here, first half. Sean Moore still doing quarterback duties for the Trojans. He's looking to somebody hand off and say he throws a pass, and let's see if it was caught. If it was out of bounds. And it was completed by number 27, Carter Edmondson. Let's see if it looked like it was out of bounds from here, and it is.
Carlisle was blitzing on the right side of their defensive line, and luckily for Chambersburg, Moore was rolling right.
So it was a penalty. Looks like it was on that play out of bounds. Edmondson had to catch.
But they were calling roughing the passer.
Okay, so roughing the passer away from the play. So Trojans, they've had 2 big penalties to their advantage. They had the face mask 15 yards fresh first down. Nothing to show for it. And now
they are in Carlisle territory on the Carlisle 43.
And it should be first down. I should tell the guy in the back to change it. That number still has 3rd down listed. So Moore, he sends it to Zach High. Zach High has some good yards there, 6-yard gain. And the Trojans with 5:02 left here in the first half, just trying to get something going.
Carlisle sending in a herd of fresh players there.
Yeah, very original, Gary.
Okay.
So Moore under center, he gets the ball, and then once again to Zach High, and Zach High maybe gains a yard or so.
He's getting close to that first down marker.
Trojans still have 2 timeouts left here in the first half, so they can get good field position. They can call some timeouts, think it over, take their time. And for Carlisle, they're excited. They're up by 26 points. We'll have our halftime show. We'll talk about the contest. I won 2 free tickets at FedEx Field. Try to get some scores for you in mid-pen action and talk about what's happened thus far here in Carlisle. Moore once again looking for High. He gets the football, trying to get that first down. Looks like they're pretty close. The umpire has the football looking at the linesman. He's saying, yes, first down, Chambersburg.
Again, it was another nice tackle by the Carlisle defender there. He got him low around the knees, but Chambersburg ball carrier rolled over and got enough yardage for the first down. So 1st and 10, Chambersburg.
Yeah, Zach High's a sophomore, 222-pounder, 5'9", has a strong guy, has some good speed on him, so something the Trojans can build on the future.
Quarterback under center.
And then once again, looks like they're going too high, and maybe a yard or so. Also part of that play, number 56, Nathan Trindle for Chambersburg.
The Carlisle, the defensive line, they seem to be breaking through the Trojan front line there. That time they broke through on the right side of the Trojan line, and the play was to the left of center.
So the Trojans having a good series here. Moore under center. He once again throwing a feed to Darius Johnson on the right side. About 7 hurt or waiting for him, and they tackle him down. It's probably going to be either at the line of scrimmage or maybe a loss of yards. And pretty soon it's going to be 3rd down. You're going to get in that situation where you're going to have to keep going for it. You're in that area of the field where, a field goal is not going to do anything good. It might get you some momentum. This would be a long field goal right now if they try it. It's still 3rd down, 5 to go.
Yeah, they've got to score touchdowns.
That's exactly right. They get in this game, and like Coach Saunders said in the public opinion article, they got to score touchdowns. You're not going to win any football games if you're not going to score, which is an obvious statement. Deshaun Moore, motion right side. Looks like I could see that from here. Legal procedure is probably going to be on Chambersburg. Looks like they were a little confused on what they wanted to run. Let's see if I'm right. Yep, it is an infraction on the Trojans. They're going to go back 5.
That's the wrong way for a first down, Mike.
Yeah, it's the wrong way, and you're back to where you started from, 3rd and 10. So the huddle by the Trojans, figuring out some type of play, get some good yardage, get close to a first down scenario with a little over 2 minutes to go here. First half in Carlisle. Trojans down 26-0.
They're going to need 10 yards to keep this drive alive.
So Deshaun Moore waiting for the snap. Motion right side by Darius Johnson. Moore looking for Johnson, decides to keep it himself. He's rolling around the 40-yard line, still on his feet. Past the yard of scrimmage, barely. He's still in bounds. The clock keeps ticking, and it's 4th down. It may be 4th and 9, but it looks like it could be at the same spot.
Play was slow in developing. It looked like he wanted to throw back to the left, but Carlisle had the play defended.
And we got a timeout here for the Carlisle Thundering Herd. We'll take a quick timeout. It's 26-0 Carlisle over the Chambersburg Trojans. You're listening to the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
And South Central PA is showing off her best fall colors. That means home equity season at F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. Access extra funds for anything you want. Consolidate high-interest bills, keep up with college expenses, or get whatever you need. It's up to you. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit any F&M Trust office or fmtrustonline.com. Restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
Streaming live with over 70 local sporting events a year, this is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Chambersburg Trojans are going to need a big rocky effort in this contest. Down 26-0, 137 here in the first half. Big play for the Trojans, 4th and 9. As Moore's waiting from the shotgun formation, he has the ball. He's looking for somebody to pass. It is complete. And still on his feet, number 84, Sam Blevins. And we'll see if it's close for a first down. It's going to be close, and they're saying no. Turnover on downs, possession, Carlisle.
1st and 10, Carlisle.
So the nice pass by Moore, but just not deep enough. Blevins had to really earn that first down or try to get a first down. He tried, but just of a yard or so to go. For Carlisle, they have the football here. What do you think, Gary? They're going to try to score again, try to put this thing really away, or just try to get it to halftime?
But they have called a good game so far, Carlisle. They've got a nice game plan. Looks like they've got wide receivers right and left.
And Berger looking over the coaching staff. He's trying to think of what to do with the football. Now he goes back under center. Now he steps back a couple feet, waits for the football, and still finally close to a time infraction. He fires it in. There is a flag on the field. It goes to Deontay Ramsey, and he's down around the 48-yard line. We'll see what the penalty is.
Colton Brookins on the tackle.
And the referee is motioning penalty on Carlisle, telling the squad to get back to where they were.
Push him back, way back.
We'll see what the penalty was. It's against Carlisle. And the umpire's waiting for the cue from the referee to spot the ball appropriately. And he's, like you said, push them back. They're going back. Holding 10 yards. So it's still first down. A little longer now for Carlisle. 1:18 to go here. They have one timeout left here in the half. As Berger waits for the football, and once again, another penalty. And this is again on Carlisle. Trojans, a couple of them are clapping, saying, okay, you want to give us that? That's fine with us. So another half the distance to the goal spot. And that has to be frustrating, Gary, for the Carlisle coaching staff. I mean, come on. We got a minute left here, and now you're going in the neutral zone. You look confused out there.
Yeah, they should be very happy with this 26-0 first half score.
And the coach for Carlisle was actually out there on the field talking to the referee, wanting an explanation of that. So Berger now, he's placed around the end zone. That's where he is at right now, as he's going to get the football for the Trojans. A couple of them are back. They're looking. Berger's going to throw a bomb here. Berger has the ball. He's in his own end zone. Trojans are trying to tackle him. Berger now in his own 5, now to the 10. He still has the football in the 15, now close to midfield, 20, 30, and finally tackled around the 28-yard line. That was a good play by Berger. He was in a lot of trouble in his own end zone.
Avoided the safety.
Yeah, avoided the safety and missed tackle. And we saw a couple of those last week for Chambersburg. So a timeout by the Carlisle Thundering Herd, and that gives me a chance to talk to you about Chalk Talk. It's the only program dedicated exclusively to Franklin County High School football. It's on MidpenBroadcasting.com every Thursday night, 7:30 from the John Allison Public House. 104 East Baltimore Street in Greencastle. They will preview each week's upcoming games, talk with players, coaches, and reporters, and you're invited to join the conversation. Email us your questions and comments during the show at chalktalkmpb, that's Mary Paul Boy, at gmail.com.
Or you can come live to the John Allison Public House in Greencastle.
Yeah, have a couple Pepsis, maybe have a nacho, and listen to
Carlisle took a
great
timeout
conversation.
with 39 seconds left, so they must be looking to put this game away in this first half.
Yeah, I think you're right, Gary. As a 26-0 lead, they know 35 is the magic number. You can't score 9 points on a play, but the pass from Berger goes to Dante Ramsey, and he goes from midfield to the right side to the 40, 35, 30, and finally down around the 28-yard line. So nice play. That's what you want after a timeout. You capitalize on a design play, and the Carlisle once again knocking on a door for another score.
He is their leading receiver with over 800 yards so far this year. So 25 seconds left.
And another flag as somebody wasn't set. A lot of confusion. There's been a lot of flags here in this possession. The referee's talking to Billy Berger, wondering what he was doing there. He got the ball and just kind of just dropped it. I'm sure it's some type of illegal procedure. A lot of confusion here at Ken Millen Stadium as they'll get set for the homecoming show at halftime.
Where's the ball placed right now? Ball is on about the
pass, grounding the ball from shotgun formation, 5 yards, spot on the foul, loss it down, second down.
Yeah, that's one of the penalties you hate. You lose it down, and it's one of those where you talk about during your practices.
You can't spike the ball from shotgun position.
So Billy Berger now, 2nd and 20 for Carlisle. And the ball is fed and the whistles are blown once again. This time it was covered by Tyler Green, number 32. And then a bunch of whistles. There's all kinds of confusion out there. Now the coaching staff is out there. They want to call.
Berger fell on the play, and that ended the play. However, the ball was fumbled, and Chambersburg would have had an opportunity to pick up that ball and run, but wasn't meant to be.
All right, and if you're watching this on GameTimePA.com, you're just seeing this a lot of confusion. And now a timeout by Carlisle. As a Herd are up 26-0, 13.3 seconds. This broadcast brought to you by F&M Trust. The home equity season at F&M Trust, a great time to rake in big savings with some of the best interest rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. Learn more at fnmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
Carlisle made very few mistakes tonight, and piling up a big lead here, 26-0 over Chambersburg.
And the key was, before you even get to sit down, eat your hot dog, if you're in the stands, they're up 12-0. So Billy Berger and the squad, 13.3 seconds. They're looking for more here. He's going to fire a long one, and it's intended for number 2 for Carlisle. He's reaching, but hosted by some Trojans. He's double-teamed. It was number 2, Zion Patterson. Patterson, this not a real big guy, and he was getting covered pretty good by...
Kind of pinned up against the sideline by 2 Trojans there.
Yeah, Eckert and Malego. So they're just taking a chance. With 5 seconds to go, they'll probably take another chance as well here.
Ball on the Chambersburg 42 with a fourth down?
Yeah, 4th and 25. Berger with a short pass, and it is mishandled, bobbled every direction by Deontay Ramsey. And that's going to end the first half here at Carlisle High School. It's a good one if you're a Carlisle Thundering Herd fan, not a good one for a Chambersburg Trojan fan. It's halftime. Carlisle Thundering Herd 26, Chambersburg Trojans nothing. We'll have our halftime show right after these messages. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Shorter now, and South Central PA is showing off her best fall colors. That means home equity season at F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. Access extra funds for anything you want. Consolidate high-interest bills, keep up with college expenses, or get whatever you need. It's up to you. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit any F&M Trust office or fmtrustonline.com. Restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
Football season is here, and Klein Tours has your ticket and bus transportation to NFL action. We have trips to all Baltimore Ravens home games. Join Klein Tours as we travel to Miami to watch the Ravens play the Dolphins December 6th through 9th. We have your ticket and transportation to see the Washington Redskins. Trips to New York City, Atlantic City, multi-day tours, and more. Klein Tours, the Tri-State's #1 tour and travel agency. Visit us online at kleintours.com or phone 717-597-5997.
There's nothing like being at the game. The excitement, the fun, the food, and all the waste. Whether it's popcorn boxes, hot dog wrappers, or this soda cup. Big games generate tons of waste. That's why Waste Management is helping stadiums and businesses reduce waste altogether through recycling and organic composting. To learn more, talk to your local waste management representative or visit thinkgreen.com.
Fast Signs helps businesses like yours with their visual communications. We ask the right questions, recommend smart solutions, and help you build your business. Our knowledgeable consultants uncover your communication challenges and provide visible solutions. At Fast Signs, we're innovators, planners, and designers. We're more than fast, more than signs, and we're more than ready to help. Contact Fast Signs today.
Visit www.fastsigns.com or visit us at our Greencastle and York locations.
Chalk Talk, the only program dedicated exclusively to Franklin County High School football, is on MidPennBroadcasting.com. Join Gary Klein and Mike Montadoro every Thursday night at 7:30, streaming live from John Allison Public House, 401 East Baltimore Street in Greencastle. We preview each week's upcoming games and talk with the players, coaches, and reporters. You're invited to join the conversation. Email us your questions and comments during the show. Chalk Talk on MidPennBroadcasting.com. This is Chambersburg Trojans football on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
It's halftime at Ken Millen Stadium. Chambersburg Trojans got a lot of work to do here in the second half. At halftime, it's Carlisle Thundering Herd 26, Chambersburg Trojans 0. And it's homecoming if you're watching it on GameTimePA.com. You're watching the festivities about to begin. The marching band's going to strike a tune, entertain the home crowd. They have a good crowd tonight in the bleacher section. And for the Chambersburg Trojans, like I said, they got a lot of things they got to think about at halftime. Coach Saunders is back from his one-game suspension. It's kind of like you're back in your own nightmare from what you've done the last several weeks. You had that nice victory at Mifflin County, 20-0 against the Huskies. But now here we go again. The Trojans just can't muster something on the offensive side. For the Chambersburg Trojans, they actually had the ball first. They won the toss. They had the ball to start the half, and were not able to do anything with it. And then Carlisle Thundering Herd, they got the ball in their first possession. It only took one play. Deshaun Middleton, he goes 46 yards for the play, makes it 6-0.
It was a touchdown reception, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a nice touchdown reception. Only took one play, and the 2-point attempt was no good, but the Herd was up 6-0. After that, Trojans had the football. Again, nothing to show for it, and at the 7-10 mark, once again, one play, and this time was number 34, Glenn Jackson, 64 yards to make it 12-0. And from there, it just kept getting worse and worse. We go to the start of the second quarter. It was 12-0. 9:28 mark. Berger with a 15-yard pass. Nice pass to Deontay Ramsey right in the middle of the end zone. Nobody around him. Made 18-0. Deshaun Middleton, he had the speed boosters on, goes 70 yards to make it 24-0 at the 6:50 mark. And then a 2-point conversion was successful. Berger to Christopher to make it 26-0. And that's what we have here at halftime. And Gary, not much to say from a positive side for Chambersburg, but I guess the conversation will be, what do they got to do in the second half?
Well, Carlisle had the big plays. They must have 200-300 yards of total offense so far in the first half. Chambersburg, although they scored several first downs, 2 or 3 first downs, does not win a ball game. So Chambersburg has got to put their game plan in action, either running for the first down or having the downfield pass for the first down. Chambersburg passing, most of the passes tonight have just been short passes, screen passes. They did have one 20-yard pass to, I believe, Malago there in the first half, but other than that, it's just been short passes for Chambersburg. Carlisle's been playing up tight on the line. Carlisle's had a good defense tonight.
Yeah, some statistics on the offensive side for Carlisle. Berger, 8 of 10 passing, 128 yards with 2 touchdowns. Green, 5 carries, 78 yards. And Ramsey, 5 catches for 76 yards. So 2 of their key guys they've been relying on throughout the season doing its deed here at Ken Millen Stadium. So for the Trojans, like you said, Gary, they got their work cut out.
The big players for Carlisle are making big plays.
You got it. And when we come back, Gary is going to tell you about a very exciting contest, and you want to write down this phrase for your chance to win 2 tickets to FedEx Field, because we'll be right back to talk about it. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Companies that want to spend a gazillion dollars on funny TV ads can go right ahead, as long as it's not my money paying for it. For seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance, I go to Erie Insurance, where a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products. But don't just take it from me. Talk to your local Erie agent.
Call Antrim Insurance. In Greencastle, call 593-0500. In Waynesboro, call 762-4565.
It's home equity season at F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
Have heating or air conditioning needs? Look no further than Lecron's Comfort Solutions. We service all brands: heat pumps, humidifiers, system replacements, gas, oil, electric heat, and ductless systems. Lecron's Comfort Solutions is your authorized Terrain dealer. Call Corey at 717-597-3768 for a free estimate. We are licensed and insured. Lecron's Comfort Solutions. Local company, local name, serving Greencastle and all of Franklin County with professional service and installation.
Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency, has been serving the tri-state area for 35 years. We specialize in screen printing and embroidered clothing. Del Martin Incorporated supplies a full range of brand-name uniforms for athletic, work, and medical applications, and a full line of advertising essentials. We have an in-house artist ready to put your ideas to work for you. T-shirts for schools, clubs, churches, and events. Del Martin Incorporated, 21 Sarah Susan Lane, Greencastle. Phone 717-597-5751 or online at delprint.com.
Streaming live with over 70 local sporting events a year, this is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
If it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I'd been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you
Tonight's
go?
halftime show brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local area insurance agent serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding areas. Antrim Insurance, 169 South Antrim Way, Greencastle, and 1685 East Main Street in Waynesboro. Mike Berger along with Gary Lang, Ken Millen Stadium, Carlisle High School. Thundering Herd leading the Chambersburg Trojans, dominating, crushing, whatever you want to call it, 26-0 over the Trojans. And Trojans got a lot of work to do. We talked about that so far in our halftime show, but kind of brighten the mood to get people excited to listen to us the rest of the way. Gary has a special contest we're doing.
Yes, we're thankful that you're listening to us tonight, and we hope that you will visit our sponsors. One of our sponsors is KleinTours.com. In fact, tonight, Klein Tours, along with I'm Gary Lang, with Gary Klein, they are off in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina on a 7-day tour. So, gosh, for all your travel needs, please check KleinTours.com. You know, whether it's for football games, baseball games, travel to Myrtle Beach or New York City, Ocean City, Klein Tours has it all. Okay, now here's what we're promoting right now. How would you like to receive 2 tickets to a Washington Redskins Philadelphia Eagle football game at FedEx Field? This game will be on Saturday, December 20th, and it's going to be held in Landover, Maryland. So tickets and bus transportation provided. And all you have to do is register at midpennbroadcasting.com. We're on the site right now, so you have found us. Please register at midpennbroadcasting.com with the secret phrase. Groucho used to say the secret word and you win $100, but here we'd like you to write down the secret phrase for tonight, which is beat the herd. Okay, the winner is going to be announced Friday, October 31st at halftime of our regular season game. Please follow midpennbroadcasting.com on Twitter, like us on Facebook, visit us online right from your mobile phone or your computer at www.midpennbroadcasting.com. And again, the secret phrase, beat the herd. Okay, back to you, Mike.
Thanks, Gary. Chambersburg Trojans down 26-0. We'll be right back to talk about some scores around the area right after these messages. You're listening to the F&M Trust Sports Network on midpennbroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Days are shorter now, and South Central PA is showing off her best fall colors. That means home equity season at F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. Access extra funds for anything you want. Consolidate high-interest bills, keep up with college expenses, or get whatever you need. It's up to you. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit any F&M Trust office or fmtrustonline.com. Restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
When you're ready to break away from the routine and step into a hassle-free world of fun and adventure, Klein Tours is the partner you need to make fantasy a reality. For more than 20 years, Klein Tours Incorporated has taken care of all the details for people traveling from the four-state region of South Central Pennsylvania, Western Maryland, the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia, and Winchester, Virginia area. Whether you're looking for a 1- or 2-day tour to the bright lights of New York City or the fun and excitement of Atlantic City, we've got you covered. And we offer special bonus packages so you can get more for your hard-earned dollar. Klein Tours is not only your source for major sports events and tickets to Broadway shows, we also offer multi-day air trips to destinations like Las Vegas and New Orleans. Subscribe to our newsletter for travel updates, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. Our online travel center features real-time availability and purchasing is easy. Tours can also be reserved by phone at 717-597-5997.
Chalk Talk, the only program dedicated exclusively to Franklin County High School football, is on MidPennBroadcasting.com. Join Gary Klein and Mike Montadoro every Thursday night at 7:30, streaming live from John Allison Public House, 401 East Baltimore Street in Greencastle. We preview each week's upcoming games and talk with the players, coaches, and reporters. You're invited to join the conversation. Email us your questions and comments during the show. Chalk Talk on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Live and local. This is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
It's Week 8 action here at Ken Millen Stadium. Carlisle High School, Thundering Herd leading 26-0 over the Chambersburg Trojans. Chambersburg Trojans, they got a lot of adjustments to do, and hopefully a miracle in their back playbook to hopefully make it interesting here for Chambersburg. I'd like to tell you an important announcement next week, which is October 24th. We have an exciting treat for you. We're actually going to have 3 games. That's right, 3 games that you'll be able to watch.
Make your choice.
Yeah, make your choice. 3 games to choose from. You got Shippensburg at James Buchanan that you can watch and listen. You can listen on MidPennBroadcasting.com, and then you got GameTimePA.com as well to watch it. Also, you got Waynesboro at Greencastle. That's a watch and listen contest. And then the game in Chambersburg, they take on Harrisburg. That'll be an audio-only game. So you got 3 games to take a chance to listen in, see what's going on, flip around. It's kind of like having MLB extra innings or the Sunday ticket. You can have just keep flipping around. It's very very exciting to be in the local region and have all these great chances to listen to some good football. And speaking of some football, there is actually, Gary, some close contest tonight. Maybe not the one we're doing, but there actually is some close games.
Is Gettysburg in another close contest this week, Mike?
It definitely wasn't last week. I don't have a score for it this week, but that was a game of all. I didn't get the chance to. I assume I had to be a school record or close to it. They scored 85 points last week.
Yeah,
something like that. It was nuts. 85 points. I would hate to be that team that gave up 85 points, but for Gettysburg, they had over a 2-hour drive to who they faced. It was Caden. Who was it?
Was it Kennerdale?
There you go, Kennerdale. So Kennerdale, sorry for what you did last week. Hopefully you have a little better luck this week. The 2 games I am able to tell you about, Waynesboro is losing against James Buchanan so far. It's almost halftime. It's 28-21. And at halftime, Greencastle Antrim leads the Northern Polar Bears. That score is 10-3, and that's at halftime. So for 2 close games, Greencastle coming in, they're 5-2, 2-1 to Mid-Penn. Most likely will get in to some Mid-Penn playoff action. They've showed some sparks of good offense. They actually have some running backs that can really do some damage. They actually have 5 guys that have at least 29 carries and 200 yards apiece. That's pretty good. You got 5 different players with that on your offensive end.
Now,
So
Mike, will Mid-Penn Broadcasting likely be covering our local teams in the postseason?
we will definitely cover Greencastle. I know for sure if they get in. As far as the other teams, I'm sure. Who knows? I mean, I'm sure. Just like next week, we got 3 games. We typically don't do Shippensburg, James Buchanan type contests, but we are next week. So that's a great question. And I'm sure if they're far in there, you'll have a chance to listen.
And some of our sponsors are from the Shippensburg, James Buchanan, Waynesboro area also. So we thank our sponsors for bringing the games to you. We're thankful that you're watching and listening to us.
Well, we'll get the second half action underway right after these messages. Trojans down 26-0 against Carlisle. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
And South Central PA is showing off her best fall colors. That means home equity season at F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. Access extra funds for anything you want. Consolidate high interest bills, keep up with college expenses, or get whatever you need. It's up to you. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit any F&M Trust office or fmtrustonline.com. Restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
Football season is here, and Klein Tours has your ticket and bus transportation to NFL action. We have trips to all Baltimore Ravens home games. Join Klein Tours as we travel to Miami to watch the Ravens play the Dolphins December 6th through 9th. We have your ticket and transportation to see the Washington Redskins. Trips to New York City, Atlantic City, multi-day tours, and more. Klein Tours, the Tri-State's #1 tour and travel agency. Visit us online at kleintours.com or phone 717-597-5997.
There's nothing like being at the game. The excitement, the fun, the food, and all the waste. Whether it's popcorn boxes, hot dog wrappers, or this soda cup. Big games generate tons of waste. That's why Waste Management is helping stadiums and businesses reduce waste altogether through recycling and organic composting. To learn more, talk to your local waste management representative or visit thinkgreen.com.
Fast Signs helps businesses like yours with their visual communications. We ask the right questions, recommend smart solutions, and help you build your business. Our knowledgeable consultants uncover your communication challenges and provide visible solutions. At Fast Signs, we're innovators, planners, and designers. We're more than fast, more than signs, and we're more than ready to help. Contact Fast Signs today.
Visit www.fastsigns.com or visit us at our Greencastle and York locations.
Chalk Talk, the only program dedicated exclusively to Franklin County High School football, is on MidPennBroadcasting.com. Join Gary Klein and Mike Montadoro every Thursday night at 7:30, streaming live from John Allison Public House, 401 East Baltimore Street in Greencastle. We preview each week's upcoming games and talk with the players, coaches, and reporters. You're invited to join the conversation. Email us your questions and comments during the show. Chalk Talk on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
This is Chambersburg Trojans football on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Mike Berger along with Gary Lang getting ready here for second half action. Game Time PA, you can see players are stretching, getting ready here for the second half. And as they get ready here, a little under a minute to go for start of third quarter action, we can talk about some sports, major league sports. The big.
How about them O's?
Yeah, how about them O's? And how about them Yankees not in the World Series either? So I can't really say too much. But unfortunately for the Orioles, did not win one game against the Kansas City Royals. And I'm reading some articles online. They're considering it the worst World Series ever assembled as far as a rating standpoint. You got a team where we were talking about on the way up. I wish I was in Vegas just to put $5 down and say $5 in Kansas City going to the World Series. That'd be a nice little paycheck to pick up.
Yes. So it's too bad for the O's. A lot of O's fans in our listening area, viewing area. And they had a great season. Buck Showalter gosh, he did a wonderful job managing, especially with the O's losing their key players, their catcher, their first baseman, their third baseman. So the players step up and do a good job and lead the O's to I think 95, 96 wins. So congratulations to the O's on a great season, and maybe next year our Yankees might come back.
Yeah, you never know with baseball. They were talking about last night, the first time 2 wild cards. And you think it makes it harder to get to the World Series. Well, yes, it did. They really earned their way to the World Series. You want that division. That way you can sit back, relax, let them play that do-or-die game.
So how many games has Kansas City lost in its quest of the World Series?
The answer would be a big 0.
Yes, they've been hot. They've won actually 3 series in a row. They had to win the wild card, win their division, and win the league.
So speaking of hot, that's what the Chambersburg Trojans are going to have to do here in the second half. As the Thundering Herd, they will receive the football to start this out. Number 19 for the Trojans, Nazir Taylor, the freshman. He's doing kicking duties like he's done throughout the year. He's done a good job.
Now Carlisle has 26 points on the board. They've been averaging 27 all year long. Kind of a swift kick for Chambersburg and Carlisle.
And Nate Barnes with the recovery for Carlisle, and they'll start the offense here in the second half. They'll have the ball around the 32-yard line. And we'll get underway here. Chambersburg Trojans got to stop. I repeat, stop the scoring from Carlisle. They've had a lot of touchdowns. In fact, they've had over 222 yards of total offense against the Trojans, only 51. So we'll see what Berger has up his sleeve here to start the first play of the game. And it's a feed to number 26, Nate Barnes. He goes down the middle and maybe a yard or so back to the line of scrimmage. Is good defense by the Trojans.
Fake to the right, handoff, counter play to the left, and Chambersburg made the play, or maybe Carlisle fell down. In either event, it's 2nd and 10 for Carlisle. Ball in their own 35.
So Berger and the Herd squad has spread the offense out a variety of plays tonight to show forth their weapons of scoring points on the board. As Berger's looking for somebody downfield, he throws a nice pass to number 12, and he got it, and he's going to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, still on his feet, finally tackled by Darius Johnson, and number 12, Mike Wiesner, with a nice catch, and it's fresh set of downs for Carlisle, and they're knocking on the door for another 6 points.
He's wide open. Quarterback pumped once, pumped twice, and the big Carlisle tight end, Wiesner, he was wide open. Chambersburg ran him down, but the ball's on, about the 70-yard line.
And there's nobody near Wiesner. Just like Ramsey when he had that touchdown in the second quarter. Hand off to number 32, Carlisle. Tyler Green. Irene tried to do a 360 move around a couple defenders, and Trojans able to stop, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Another big play for Carlisle. That's been the story tonight.
So Berger got Carlisle off and going tonight as he has a nice throw to number 26, Carlisle Thundering Herds. And it's a touchdown by Nate Barnes. And just like that, the 10:38 mark, throw from the left side to Barnes gets the Herd up 32-0.
She was alone in the flat, had the angle, and just ran it in for the touchdown. 10:38.
So Nate Barnes gets the reception from Berger.
Let's see what tomfoolery the Carlisle Thundering Herd is going to try on this extra point.
Yeah, they tried 2-point conversion attempts early in the first, unsuccessful, and then they had the extra point that was...
They've run, they've thrown.
They've done all kinds of stuff tonight.
They hike it to the left side.
And this time it's unsuccessful again, another 2-point try. This time the number 26, Barnes. But for the Thundering Herd, they had 6 more points on the board. At the 10:38 mark here in the third, it's Carlisle 32, Chambersburg nothing. We'll be right back. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency, has been serving the tri-state area for 35 years. We specialize in screen printing and embroidered clothing. Del Martin Incorporated supplies a full range of brand name uniforms for athletic, work, and medical applications, and a full line of advertising essentials. We have an in-house artist ready to put your ideas to work for you. T-shirts for schools, clubs, churches, and events. Del Martin Incorporated, 21 Sarah Susan Lane, Greencastle. Phone 717-597-5751 or online at delprint.com.
Your home for Franklin County sports. This is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Well, the Chambersburg Trojans are still on their feet from the kickoff return as number 28 is still going to the 35, 30, 20, still on his feet. And he's finally tackled around the 15-yard line as Khalib Thompson, with a great job going to the left side down the sideline.
We were saying last week we haven't seen a touchdown kickoff return in a long time. Chambersburg player returned that ball 70 yards.
So a 70-yard kickoff return by Thompson. And for the Trojans, they got to do something with this. Here's a golden opportunity. You got the ball on the Herd's 14-yard line. As Deshaun Moore, he's still doing quarterback duties. It was Hoover in the second half last week's contest. Under center, he looks for Zach High, and he's still chugging along, trying to get a couple yards, and he does. A gain of 4.
Powerful ball carrier for Chambersburg. Just grinded my type pullback.
So Carlisle, who had 4 plays thus far in the second half, leads Chambersburg 32-0, as it was a pass from Berger the Barnes. But now the Trojans are trying to put something on the scoreboard. 2nd and 8 ball on the Carlisle 12-yard line. Motion to the left side. And now this goes to Darius Johnson. He's still on his feet to the 5, close to a touchdown. The linesman's looking at the umpire, and they're saying no, but it's very close.
But they get a first down, so a new set of downs for Chambersburg. 1st and goal from inside the 1-yard line.
Yeah, great job by Darius Johnson. He's had some flashes of brilliance here in the season with his speed.
Leading ball carrier for Chambersburg.
So for the Trojans, I mean, you got the ball on the 1-yard line. If you don't score here, you might as well just tell the officials, let's just make it a mercy rule.
Yes, let's run it straight ahead.
So Moore under center. He's looking for Zach High. He goes to a brick wall, but just enough for progress. Touchdown, Chambersburg. Zach High with the first touchdown for the Chambersburg Trojans, and they're on the scoreboard. It's now Carlisle 32, Chambersburg 6.
Okay, 1-yard run for Zach High.
So that's easy to be an official score for that play. 1-yard run right down the middle, Zach High. And it's now 32-6. So Taylor, he's going to try an extra point. And that extra point is good. And with that extra point, I'd like to tell you that that's brought to you in part by Remax Premier Executives of State Line. Contact Lois Bayer, agent, phone number 717-597-2777. So Gary, the Trojans get on the scoreboard, make it 32-6. What did you see for the Trojans that made that a success?
Well, on the run back, the Trojan ran north-south, and he wasn't trying to fake anybody out. He just ran straight up the field. It was kicked to the near sideline to us, and he broke through the tacklers, diagonal across the field, and took it all the way down to about the 10-yard line for about a 70-yard return for Chambersburg.
So now 32-7. Extra point good by Taylor. And the Trojans.
Now, last week they were trying a lot of squib kicks, the Trojans. You think we'll see that again?
And they actually were successful in one of those squib kicks, I remember. And that's what the Trojans need to do. They need to get the ball right back down a lot here still, 9:06 in the third. So Taylor, and he's going to do a little bouncer. Bounces about the 35-yard line, recovered by Carlisle, and able to get some yardage out of that, number 83.
Almost up to midfield.
Yeah, Chucky Neist.
A convenient one-hopper to the Carlisle.
Yeah, right to him.
Yes. No knuckleball, no nothing. Convenient one-hopper, but sometimes that happens on squib kick attempts.
So let's see what the Trojans can do as far as stopping the offensive explosion by the Thundering Herd.
Carlisle spread offense here. Wide left, wide right.
Berger waiting for the snap. Has it. Looking for a receiver downfield. Fires a missile incomplete to number 6, John Christopher. Christopher had that reception for the 2-point conversion in the first half, and that's going to be a good 7-yard gain.
The ball was right on the line, right to the wide receiver. The only drawback was it was not enough yardage for a first down.
So Berger, really a good eye on the field to find the open receiver, and this now a handoff to 32, Tyler Green.
Up near the first down marker.
Some good stops there by the Trojans, especially 22, Rashad Eckert. So Rashad Eckert with the stop. Colton Brookins also part of that.
Nice ball handling by the Carlisle quarterback there.
So it's going to be 3rd and inches for the Thundering Herd.
Yeah, I was wondering with they were an extra point team, wouldn't it be easier for them to try to recruit a kicker than to try all these variations on the extra points?
You would think, but maybe it keeps their brain active, just trying to think of all these trickeries. And once again, Tyler Green, still on his feet, goes to around the 35-yard line in Trojan territory. That's good enough for a first down.
Another 10 yards down the field for Carlisle.
And Green, going into the second half, had 5 carries for 70 yards, and he continues to be successful here in the third.
The Herd quickly to the line.
So Berger, looking at the coaching staff, trying to figure something out. He readjusts. Now he wants to go under center. Now he drops back. They're just trying to trick the Trojans as they're now adjusting their defense. Berger drops back, trying to find somebody open. Does. It's complete to John Christopher. And once again, another close first down for the Herd.
Receiver wide open. Easy to hit.
And the Herd's been doing a good job, Gary, just spreading that off. The receivers are good in good patterns. And now a feed to number 32. He's still in his feet. Tyler Green, he's down to the 10, down close to the 5-yard line. No penalty on the field, looking for blocks in the back or anything. And it's another first down by Carlisle.
Another big gain, another first down.
They can't stop Tyler Green.
Herd, first and goal inside the 10-yard line.
So the Trojans, 11-strong defense, trying to spread it out, trying to stop here. Another Carlisle score. And I love how Carlisle, they look at their coaching. If you're watching on Game Time PA, they adjust. They look at the defense, and now they're moving around Berger once again. 2 receivers on the right side. Berger now looking to the left side, trying to find number 12, who was still running down the field. That was Mike Wiesner.
They're trying to hit him on the cut there, but
instead it was hitting him in the back.
Yes.
Good coverage there by the Trojans, Joshua Honorat.
Clock is stopped with 6:28 remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, 32-7 Trojans. Large deficit, trying to stop it here for another score for Carlisle. Berger barking out the calls. Now once again looks at the coaching staff. Must be how they do their offense.
Well, it's been successful for 27 points per game.
And you have 25 seconds per play to make a move. So they like to eat as much as they can. Now Berger finally gets a snap, and he goes to Green. And it goes back to Berger. Now there's some confusion. Berger walks in the end zone, but I think the officials were confused on that play. So Berger on the keeper. Looked like it was going to Green. Green acted like it was running with the football. And it's going to be third down for the Herd.
Was the play called dead, Mike?
It was called dead. Berger ran in zone thinking he had the touchdown. So now it's 3rd and 12. 12 yards for a touchdown. They cannot get another first down here.
They're thinking about it, and they look over to the coach. See, hey, coach, what's the play?
And Trojans are probably thinking, come on. Now Berger gets the football. He fires in to number 12. That should be good enough for a touchdown. And the arms are waiting. And it was for Mike Wiesner. Very close. Watching the line judge. And it's going to be 4th and goal.
First tackle, and the second Chambersburg defender came on, made the tackle.
So Wiesner, he thought he had it. The ball just has to break the plane. Instead, it's going to be a couple yards still. And Berger, once again,
How's our cameraman doing tonight, Mike?
he's doing good. I'm sure Chris is probably thinking, what's going on here? Every 5 seconds, he's going back, dropping, looking at the coaches. Now he gets the football, Berger. He's trying to find someone open. He does. It's number 1, Dante Ramsey. And it's now 38-7 Carlisle. So Deontay Ramsey.
4-yard touchdown reception.
Talk about a slow bleed there. Berger takes his time, looks at the coaches. It's 4th and 4. You know they're going to go for it. And he finds Ramsey. And it's now 6 more points for the Herd. So 4:52 here. Plenty of time here in the third quarter. They have a chance to get it to Mercy Rule. Here we go once again. Second point conversion. It is successful. And it goes from Berger to John Christopher. That's Christopher's second of the night. And it's now 40-7. So 2 successful 2-point conversions. A lot of touchdowns. And the Trojans now are just looking at their clock.
Still a lot of time left.
Still a lot of time left. But the way we can see, if you're watching and listening to us, Trojans, they're just haven't had a chance tonight.
Carlisle still going with their first string most of this game.
I'd like to thank Antrim Insurance, your local area insurance agent. Also, Waste Management, environmentally friendly technologies, and advanced innovations. Mike Berger along with Gary Lang. 40-7, Carlisle leads. Still 4:52 remaining here in the third quarter.
Now the last Carlisle kickoff, Chambersburg had a big return.
They had a nice return. But unfortunately, and not unfortunately, fortunately for Chambersburg, it's been a lot unfortunately for Trojans. On that drive, they were able to score in a Zach High 1-yard run. Trojans are trying to make this game respectful.
Let's see if Carlisle's using 11 or 12 players again.
The line judge, he's really counting. Looks like they do have 11.
Knuckleball.
And the Trojans get the little squib kick. And Keaton Hoover's in the game. He got the football, gained a couple yards. He was helping out with the quarterback duties last week. And the Trojans will start out here. It'll be 1st and 10 on the 45-yard line.
So reasonable field position. Chambersburg has had good field position on multiple drives, but the drive has been just a short drive, as we said.
Yeah, they've had some drives. It's been third and out, punting the football.
Triple left for Chambersburg.
So Moore still doing quarterback duties. And the ball is dropped. And that play did not work whatsoever. Actually, number 11, Keaton Hoover, has checked into the contest. So instead of Moore, it was Hoover for that play. And
yeah, was that borderline unnecessary roughness with Carlisle there? It looked like Hoover was down on the ground and he got
before the ball was
over,
even.
Yeah.
So it was very close. Officials didn't feel that way.
How would you have called it in your officiating days?
It was one of those plays where it wasn't overly necessary roughness. Trojans with the handoff goes to Darius Johnson for about 5 yards. 40-7. Trojans are losing tonight. 4 minutes to go, third quarter on a homecoming evening. Beautiful weather in Carlisle. You couldn't ask for better weather.
Now I noticed during homecoming they used sports cars tonight. Last week, if you were with us, you saw trucks.
And then the week before that was sports cars, and the week before that, I think it was like every other week. Okay. Believe me, I've seen 4 straight homecomings. I can tell you the cars and the makes. So the Trojans now 3rd and 12, ball on their own 43-yard line. Hoover now taking over quarterback. He's shotgun, trying to find somebody to throw to, and he does. It's completed to number 27, Carter Edmondson. There is a flag thrown after the play, a little too rough from Carlisle, looks like, as Edmondson went out of bounds around the 45-yard line.
It was close to a first down anyway, but a Carlisle defender must have been giving them the business there.
Around the sideline there.
That's a term we use with the WWE, giving them the business.
And I think Gary Klein actually has a trip for WWE at the Verizon Center here.
I think December 29th.
Oh,
so,
they even know about it.
So check out kleintours.net or kleintours.com. if you're a WWE fan and would like a great trip down to the Verizon Center to see all the WWE superstars, we hope you join us for the trip.
So for the Trojans, they are able to take advantage of a 15-yard penalty administered by the Carlisle Thundering Herd, as Hoover now in Carlisle Thundering Herd territory. Hoover has the ball, almost slipped and fell, and now he does. And it's going to be a loss of yardage, a big tackle by number 21, Garrison Bias.
He stumbled on the play, and the play broke down after that. Yeah, last year, Mike, I was able to host a Klein Tours trip to the Hershey Center up in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah, Giant Center. It's a very nice.
Giant Center, yes. And all the WWE superstars, including John Cena, were there. So we'll have to see if Cena is going to be at the Verizon Center in D.C. Looks like, is that a Trojan player down on the ground? And
it is, and Coach Saunders is out to look at him. Not sure who it is.
We have time for a commercial announcement for our listeners.
So for the Trojans, they have a player down. We'll take a timeout here. You're listening to the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidpenBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
Season at F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
Streaming live with over 70 local sporting events a year, this is MidpenBroadcasting.com.
Mike Berger along with Gary Lang and Chris Eckstein doing our video tonight as the Trojans are down 40-7, 3:11 to go here in the third quarter. We have a down player on the Trojan side. Looks like it's Hoover, the quarterback. So he is being helped here, limping, and I bet, Gary, that Moore's going to go back in and do some quarterbacking.
Yeah, last week the Trojans lost a linebacker, Miles Braxton, who had a big touchdown return, pick 6. He is out this week with a knee injury, as is our regular starting quarterback, Hunter Leedy. So Chambersburg may be down to one quarterback right now. I don't know if they have an emergency quarterback should anything happen to Deshaun Moore.
So other scores around the area, we have Gettysburg and Conrad Wise. They're tied at 21. That's 2:52 left in the third quarter. And Big Spring and Shippensburg, no score after 3. So a good one there at Big Spring. Greencastle is taking care of business against Northern, up 27-3. And Moore is back as a quarterback for the Trojans. He goes shotgun, gets the ball, and fires it right down the middle. Attendant receiver is number 81, Jacob Malego. Now a flag is thrown. It could be pass interference. And we'll see what that play is. That would be a nice break for the Trojans. Seems like Carlisle had all the big penalties tonight, but they're up 40-7.
I thought James Steele made a nice defense on that pass, but apparently he got called.
And we heard some boos here. We're on the home side, so you're right, Gary. They're on your side. They thought that was a good, clean tackle. And guess what? It is on Carlisle.
Well, you and I try to call them as we see them.
Right. Pass on the interference on the defense. That's a 15-yarder, fresh first down. Repeat second down. Some yardage for the Trojans. And with 2:55 here in the third, never know. Trojans are trying to score once again.
Looks like 2nd and 1 for Chambersburg. Moore under center.
So Moore looks like he's going to hand off it right down the middle, and it's good to Zach Kai. Good yardage there on the right side. He's close to the 5-yard line. Another flag is thrown.
Laundry. We've seen a lot of laundry.
Yeah, the laundromats are going to be busy tonight.
Yeah. Chambersburg equipment manager Roger Coleman always does a nice job with the Chambersburg uniforms and equipment. The Trojans look sharp in their white uniforms. So big thanks to equipment manager Roger Coleman, who's been doing it for many, many years. I guess after Howie Strohmeyer. Howie was a trainer. Gosh, when your mind goes, it goes.
And the Trojans, that was a penalty on them. It's going to be a personal. So finally, the Carlisle crowd saying, and you give them one finally. It's been a lot of the Carlisle with the penalties.
Personal foul on the offense, 15 yards from the end of the run. Line to gain that to our first down.
So the official really describing the enforcement. You don't hear that too much.
It was a dead ball foul.
Already set.
And Gary, I mean, we're already in third quarter. I just finally realized the official tonight, he's just like in a real NFL game, telling everybody what to call it. You never see that usually in high school. They just do all their motions, and you hope what the enforcement is. And guess what? Another penalty.
Well, that flag's over on the Trojan side of the field there. I don't know if Mr. Coleman was going to pick that up and watch that one for next week's game.
So encroachment on the defense. The officials are earning their paycheck tonight.
I taught with Mr. Coleman for many years at Chambersburg High School. He was an excellent biology teacher. He's now in retirement, except for his football and other sports duties as equipment manager. Hello to Roger Coleman.
So more now of all the 2 straight penalties, 1 for Chambersburg, 1 for Carlisle. Now finally see if we can get a play out without a penalty. Gives it to Johnson.
That was the inside handoff that was a big gainer several plays ago for Chambersburg.
But there is Johnson. Receives the handoff. Couple yards, and it's going to be 2nd and 1.
Chambersburg with an opportunity for a first down.
Seems like this third quarter has been dragging a little bit, Gary, of all these whistles. Carlisle came out running as far as scoring right away, made it 32-0 at the 10:38 mark, and then 9:06. Trojans finally scored to make it 32-7. As Moore, another feed, trying to get the first down. Looks like he got it forward progress. That was Zach High. And High gets a fresh set of downs for Chambersburg.
High doing what he's supposed to be doing, pushing that Carlisle defense back while getting positive yards running.
Coach Saunders said during one of the pregame interviews we've had a couple weeks ago, this is more of a learning instructional time for the Trojans. Zach High, just a sophomore, and he's showing signs of promise to be a good player for a couple more years here for the Chambersburg program. 1st and 10, Chambersburg. 1:06 here, third quarter. And another feed to High. He's in the middle there, and about 4 defensive linemen tackle him. Maybe a couple yards. And the Trojans will probably have one more play here before we end the third quarter.
Young Caden Hoover, the freshman, he has a chance to make a 4-year impact on the football team. Don't see that too often, do we?
No, you don't. You don't see, especially for Chambersburg, the last couple of years, 3 or 4 years, they've been in the playoffs. They've had a lot of juniors and seniors help get them that winning over 500 record.
Now, Chambersburg, right now, they're a 4-year high school. Many years ago, they were just a 2-year high school, 11 and 12. And we had junior highs feeding the high school. So they have 4 years of getting familiar with the coaches and teammates.
So Moore there under center. He loses his balance, a loss of yardage, and that's going to end the third quarter. The Chambersburg Trojans will have the ball, but some work to do to get a first down, try to get a score. Chambersburg Trojans losing 40-7 against the Carlisle Thundering Herd. We'll start the fourth quarter right after these messages. You're listening to the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidpenBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
At F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
There's nothing like being at the game. The excitement, the fun, the food, and all the waste. Whether it's popcorn boxes, hot dog wrappers, or this soda cup. Big games generate tons of waste. That's why Waste Management is helping stadiums and businesses reduce waste altogether through recycling and organic composting. To learn more, talk to your local Waste Management representative or visit thinkgreen.com.
Choctaw We talk high school football every Thursday night at 7:30 on MidpenBroadcasting.com.
Back here at Ken Millen Stadium, Trojans are down 40-7 starting the fourth quarter, and the Trojans have a 3-16 scenario here. Ball on the 17-yard line, so they're in Carlisle territory.
Waiting for the chain gang to get set up here.
Yeah, what were they doing?
Working on the chain gang.
So they're waiting on the crew to get set. The referee's going to blow the whistle, and here we go. Moore in shotgun position, gets the ball, looking for somebody downfield. Pass intended and incomplete to Jacob Malego. And that's going to turn the ball over on downs, and Carlisle will have it. End of the third quarter, Greencastle leads 27-9 as they're playing Northern Polar Bears tonight. Not a cold night tonight. You won't need a thick jacket like a polar bear. As Berger now will wait, and they're going to do a kick for the Trojans. It looks like it was only fourth down, actually, and it's good as a field goal by Taylor. So a little confusion there on who with the downs, and it turned out to be fourth down and a field goal for the Trojans. And it's successful by Taylor, and the Trojans put 3 more points on the board. And with this field goal, the RE/MAX Premier Executives of State Line would like to say, contact Lois Bear agent, phone 717-597-2777. So the Trojans get 3 more points on the board. Looked like it was fourth down turnover on downs. They made an adjustment in the chain crew. It was really still just fourth down. So the Trojans decided to go for a field goal. It was successful.
Taylor, the leading scorer for Chambersburg this year. He's done a fine job, and again, another freshman, and he could be around for 4 years for Chambersburg.
Yeah, exactly right. Trojans have a couple freshmen on tonight's team, especially the quarterback, Caden Hoover, has done a couple plays. Hopefully he's okay. He got hurt there middle of the third.
Is that him on the kickoff team there, second from the right?
I can't tell from here, but if it is, that's good news for the Trojans. As Taylor's getting ready for the kickoff on the 40-yard line. He does. It's a nice one. It's on the left side, and it's recovered and handed off to the Carlisle's number 4, Deshaun Middleton. He's still on his feet, 25-30 down around the 28-yard line.
They broke several tackles, but he's running east-west, and Carlisle has a modest field position on about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Chucky
Or we're going to make that about 28-yard line.
Yeah, Chucky Neese had the football from the kickoff, decided to lateral it to Millington. Millington has had a good game tonight. He had a touchdown to 6:50 mark in the second quarter, make it 24-0. And he actually had the first play on the offense for Carlisle. He ran in for the score. So let's see what Carlisle does here. 11:38. They're up by 30, so they score a touchdown. They will be able to get into a mercy rule scenario. So Berger taking his time. They do that a lot on the offense. And a quick pass to Middleton. Parallel pass. He catches it and goes a couple yards, maybe a yard gain. Good tackles by the Trojans. Number 40 was right there, Mitch Haller. Haller coming in tonight's game.
Another Trojan slow to get up there.
Haller had 80 tackles. He had his 80th tonight. I'm sure he's had a couple more. So one of the leaders. And you're right, Gary. Looks like 32, Cody Kunkelman is down. So while the coaching staff's out there to see what's going on, we'll take a chance to tell you about Chalk Talk. The only program dedicated exclusively to Franklin County High School football is on MidpenBroadcasting.com every Thursday night, 7:30 from the John Allison House. Public House, 104 East Baltimore Street in Greencastle. We preview each week's upcoming games, talk with players, coaches, and reporters, and you're invited to join the conversation. Email us your questions and comments during the show at Chalk Talk. That's M as in Mary, P as in Paul, B as in boy, at gmail.com. They give your questions. They love to hear from you. And they do that every Thursday night, or you can just listen, or you can come out. Now, every Thursday night now there's NFL football games. I'm sure they'll have some entertainment for you while you
I know my friend Greencastle girls varsity basketball coach Mike Ryan. He's a big football fan, so it might be nice to see Mike and his lovely wife Emily join Gary Klein at the Allison House next Thursday night. Mike, if you're listening to us, why not join us down at the Allison House for Chalk Talk?
Yeah, have a cold Pepsi, maybe a chicken wing.
And best wishes for another great upcoming basketball season. You're very successful last year, well-trained, well-disciplined team, and hopefully you can put it together again. Mike Ryan, girls varsity basketball coach at Greencastle.
So the Trojan players still on the field, down. Let's set the stage for you. It's Carlisle Thundering Herd 40, Chambersburg Trojans 10, 11:21 left in this contest. Carlisle is looking to improve their record. Coming in tonight, they were 3-4. They'll be at 500 unless something very dramatic happens here the rest of the way. Fans are clapping, and looks like he's okay. Got able to get up on his own power. That's Cody Kunkelman. So Carlisle will have the football here. And if you're up 40-10, I'd just do some running plays. Just try to get as much of the clock as I can get out of here. Maybe they might have a dance tonight after tonight. Usually the homecoming.
Yes.
So wouldn't you want to go?
Let's start the dance.
Yeah, start the dance, drink the punch, eat a cookie, and get this game over with. So Billy Berger, the third-year quarterback for the Carlisle Thundering Herd, waits for the football, and he's immediately rushed by the Trojans. A quick, risky pass intended for Deontay Ramsey.
He was leaping for it and almost made the catch at the first down marker.
Yeah, Billy Berger was going left to right, trying to find somebody open, trying to get Ramsey. 3 Trojans were going right after him. And it's going to be 3rd and 7.
Again, the clock stops with the incomplete pass, Mike.
And we talked about before the game, they like to pass a lot. Unfortunately, with a passing game, every time you incomplete, it stops the clock. And to make matters worse, they really take advantage of that 25 seconds for each play. They're going over there now. The coach is giving signals of what they want to do. And if you're watching on GameTimePA.com, Chris is doing a great job showing between the coach and the quarterback, figuring out what they want to play call. Now Berger finally gets a snap, and he's going long. He's trying to find his intended receiver, and it's no good. Good coverage there by the Trojans. Dante Ramsey, he was going long. He missed it around the 35-yard line.
That ball was about 50 yards in the air. Nice drop back by the Carlisle quarterback, Berger. You've been calling his name a lot tonight, haven't you, Mike?
Yeah, I have. My name's been mentioned a lot. Rashad Eckert there, downfield. Good defense by him. And the Herd's going to have to, quote-unquote, try a punt. Let's see if they do that. That's why I do quote-unquote. Bounce to the punter, but he is kicking it. And it's a fair catch made by the Chambersburg Trojans right at the 40-yard line. Fair catch by Darius Johnson.
I didn't see that. Is Berger a southpaw kicker?
He was kicking. Yes, he is.
No, he's a righty with his throws, but looked like a southpaw kicker.
Carlisle wearing pink socks. Pink.
Breast cancer awareness.
Yeah, breast cancer awareness. So great job showing support.
Chambersburg with first down on their own 40-yard line. 1st and 10 Chambersburg. 10:54 left in the contest.
So the Trojans will finally get home. It seems like they've been away forever. They were at Mifflin County. They were at Central Dauphin, CD East last Friday, and now they're in Carlisle.
They're on the road more than Willie Nelson.
Right. Another handoff to Zach High from Deshaun Moore. Deshaun Moore's done a decent job. Really hasn't had his offense out there too much. I mean, Carlisle, they've just been explosive, taking their time on the offense. They had a couple of drives, only took them 1 play. That was in the beginning of the contest.
Yeah, first 2 plays, 2 long touchdowns.
Some more.
Isn't that graham crackers and marshmallows and Hershey bar?
Yeah.
Some more.
Some more. Once again, the High. He likes feeding it to High. He goes strong down the middle. Maybe a yard or so.
Oh, that's Sean Moore. Okay. Does Sean Moore.
So Carter Edmondson also involved with the play. 10:04 remaining here. 40-10. Carlisle leads.
Now, are we going to be home or away next week with the Mid-Penn Broadcasting, Mike?
Let's see. We'll be home. We'll be in Chambersburg. Trojans will have their last 2 games at home. Next Friday against Harrisburg Cougars. And then their last game October 31st against Cumberland Valley. So
one of those 2 games, I believe, is a military appreciation night.
Yeah, I believe it is next Friday. So we'll have a nice treat. So Moore now going to the right side, and he finds attendant receiver number 81, Jacob Malego.
That was a nice developing play.
And he'll get some yardage. First down, Chambersburg. And now another down player for the Trojans. And is that Malego after he caught the football?
Let's see.
Looks like it is.
Looks like the Carlisle trainer attending to them as the Trojan training staff runs across the field.
So with that, Saunders and coaching staff's walking over. We'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to the MidPennBroadcasting.com on GameTimePA.com. Right after these messages, Trojans are down 40-10.
Chalk Talk, the only program dedicated exclusively to Franklin County High School football, is on MidPennBroadcasting.com. Join Gary Klein and Mike Montadoro every Thursday night at 7:30, streaming live from John Allison Public House, 401 East Baltimore Street in Greencastle. We preview each week's upcoming games and talk with the players, coaches, and reporters. You're invited to join the conversation. Email us your questions and comments during the show. Chalk Talk on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency, has been serving the tri-state area for 35 years. We specialize in screen printing and embroidered clothing. Del Martin Incorporated supplies a full range of brand-name uniforms for athletic, work, and medical applications, and a full line of advertising essentials. We have an in-house artist ready to put your ideas to work for you. T-shirts for schools, clubs, churches, and events. Del Martin Incorporated, 21 Sarah Susan Lane, Greencastle. Phone 717-597-5751 or online at delprint.com.
Football season is here, and Klein Tours has your ticket and bus transportation to NFL action. We have trips to all Baltimore Ravens home games. Join Klein Tours as we travel to Miami to watch the Ravens play the Dolphins December 6th through 9th. We have your ticket and transportation to see the Washington Redskins. Trips to New York City, Atlantic City, multi-day tours, and more. Klein Tours, the Tri-State's #1 tour and travel agency. Visit us online at kleintours.com or phone 717-597-5997.
This is Chambersburg Trojans football on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Back here at Ken Millen Stadium, Carlisle High School. Carlisle leads 40-10 over the Chambersburg Trojans. Number 81 for the Trojans, Jacob Malego. He was down here on the visiting sideline for a while. Looks like he is okay, getting some help from his teammates.
A little bit groggy. Not sure the nature of his injury there, but he's walking off with a little help from his friends. And we're back to the ball game with 9:25 remaining in the fourth quarter.
So Chambersburg, 1st and 10. That was a nice catch by Malego. Unfortunately, he got hurt on that play. Let's see if the Trojans going to add some points on the scoreboard. Handoff to 21, Joshua Honorat.
Again, I've seen some really nice tackling by the Carlisle Thundering Herd. They're well versed in the fundamentals.
Honorat with a 2-yard gain. So it'll be 2nd and 8. Ball on the Carlisle's 43-yard line. And 9 minutes and ticking here on homecoming night here in Carlisle. Our 4th consecutive homecoming event that we have witnessed. As Moore now shotgun. He has the ball. He's taking it himself. He's at the 36-yard line. He'll be tackled by the Herd and close to another first down.
Now, with 4 straight homecomings, we've seen a lot of beautiful ladies on the field, though, Mike.
I've been too busy doing the halftime part. I haven't had a chance to watch the ceremonies, but
That's all good. Part of high school football and high school tradition.
final Shippensburg 14, Big Spring 0. So it's Shippensburg with a victory. Waynesboro leads James Buchanan 41-21. That's with 5 minutes left in the third quarter. And right here, the Trojans have a 3rd and 2 situation. Moore to Johnson. He's tackled hard to the ground by number 26, Nate Barnes. He was waiting for him, and that was a big play by Carlisle. Barnes, who had 38 tackles entering tonight's contest. Nice play by him, and it's 4th down for the Trojans, 4th and 2.
4th and 5.
So 4th and 5.
They are going for it.
So the Trojans, nothing else to lose, might as well go for it. Moore waits for the ball. He's going to go for a pass. He's trying to find somebody out in midfield, and it's incomplete. There is a flag on the play. It looks like the intended receiver was number 87, Jason Reese for the Trojans. Let's see what the play is. It could have been our pass interference scenario.
Moore had some nice pass protection that time. He had plenty of time to pick out a receiver. He had to thread the needle, but Carlisle.
It is on Carlisle.
Carlisle interfere on the play.
I've never seen a team with so many big penalties, 15-yarders, and be up 30 points.
Yes. I'm counting again. See if they have 11 or 12 men on the field. It looks like they still have 11 on the field.
So 1st down, 15-yard penalty. Trojans in business here, 25-yard line. And Moore, let's see what he can do with 7:31 remaining in the ball game. Motion to the right. Zach High, good block, and now it's a feed to Johnson, and he basically gets tackled right there, finds a brick wall at the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of 1 yard.
Counter handoff to the ball carrier. No gain on the play.
So Coach Saunders back with his squad. Unfortunately for him, another defeat, it looks like.
2 out, 2 in for the Chambersburg Trojans.
And Deshaun Moore, Caden Hoover was in here in the second half, starting to be quarterback. He got injured, and now Moore had to come back in. Moore with the snap, gets it, looking for somebody, and the Herd's waiting for him and tackle him hard to the ground. To Herd, number 21, part of the play. That was Garrison Byris, and 81, Matt Echevarria.
They just swarmed over.
They sure did. So now it's...
Which leads to the old expression, Mike, you can't roller skate in a Buffalo Herd.
Yeah, that definitely is true for that scenario. Now it's double sticks, 3rd and 20.
I think that's Roger Miller. I don't know if he was a football player or not.
And Coach Saunders, as we had the video zoomed in, talking to Moore, yelling out a play. We got to go, 3rd and 20. Moore's looking long instead of short pass to High. As soon as High caught at the 4-yard line, he was tackled immediately by Chase Brock.
Do you see about 7 defenders around that covering the play, Mike?
And that, what does that show you there? You got Moore that knows he has to go at least, 15 to 20 yards to get close to a 1st down. The defense is coming after him.
Screen pass and
nothing to show for it. So now you got a 4th and 20.
The defense is still hungry. They're playing hard for Carlisle.
And Carlisle, like we said, throughout this contest, they got something to show. They got something to still prove for this campaign. And they're still hustling all the way up to the end here. So Nazir Taylor, nice kick by him. It bounces in Trojans' favor. It's going to land around the 11-yard line. So for the Trojans, they'll have to be back on the defense. Carlisle will have it.
Hey, how's that Chambersburg band been sounding tonight across field, Mike?
They've been sounding pretty good. Nice sharp percussion there, little drum action.
Yeah.
Too bad they don't have a kazoo or a piccolo.
So your band front doing a nice job, very enthusiastic. And they had a nice pregame set, too.
So Carlisle, you would think here, 5'11", they're just going to keep it here and try to hold it off. Trojans decided to go defensive-wise and get a Looks like a safety. Is that the case? Number 42 is part of that play.
Let's see where the.
If not, it was very close to one. Looks like at the 1 yard line. That was Kyle Beisel, number 42. Berger got very lucky there. He was in the end zone. He must have scrambled back, able to go across the field to the 1 yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and 1.
He's more of a drop back quarterback.
And Berger is dropped back there in the end zone. Motion to the left. He gets the low snap. He's going to find somebody open, and he's got it. Deontay Ramsey with the catch.
Another flag on the play, Mike. That stops the clock with 4:26 remaining in the fourth quarter. Nice crossing path pattern by the Carlisle receiver.
And this time it's on the Trojans. Face mask. A lot of penalties. It's now 10 after 9. It's been over a 2-hour contest. So you had Billy Berger in his own end zone, almost a safety. He's able to get out of the scramble. He gets it to Deontay Ramsey, who's had the football a lot tonight, and then a penalty happens, and they're in business. They're on their own 28-yard line. Here comes Berger. He gets a missed tackle by Chambers, where Berger keeps it himself. He has a first down and more. He's out of bounds around the 48-yard line. So another missed tackle by the Trojans, and Carlisle capitalizes on that play.
He saw a lot of open field, and it appears to be a very crafty runner. Avoided tackles and ran out of bounds.
You got to have a lot of strength, too. You got a guy with full equipment gear chasing after you, and he's grabbing onto your leg, and he was able to persevere, able to go around him and get some key yards for a fresh set of downs with 4:07 remaining in this contest. 40-10, Carlisle. Berger shotgun fires it to Ramsey. Ramsey midfield, 50, 45, still on his feet, 40, going past another defender now, 35, 30, 25, 20. Finally falls down, stumbles around the 15-yard line.
About 40-yard gain for Carlisle in that play. Another big play.
Carlisle's hungry. They wanted more scoring on the board.
Short pass and a good run after the catch.
Deontay Ramsey had to score at the 4:52 mark in the third to make it 38-7. Trojans will be able to hold on as far as any more scoring by Carlisle, but now Berger is looking to get the Thundering Herd to get it to a mercy situation. Berger, once again, low snap to Berger. He fires one to number 6, Carlisle, and it's good. John Christopher, he goes in for the touchdown, and it's now 46-10.
15-yard touchdown pass.
So Christopher, he's done a lot of good stuff for the Herd tonight. He's had 2 completions on the 2-point conversions. Success. And now he has a touchdown.
Berger evaded tackle on that and kept the play alive. And, he saw the diagonal by Christopher. And there we're back with our trick play again.
So trick play again as Deshaun Middleton keeps it. And they actually have been very successful tonight, Gary, on these 2-point trick plays.
They've had 2, haven't they, or 3?
Yeah, they've had a couple, but they're still batting under 300.
Yes.
So let's take a timeout break here. The score, 46-10, Carlisle leads. You're listening to the MidPennBroadcasting.com on GameTimePA.com. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network.
Companies that want to spend a gazillion dollars on funny TV ads can go right ahead, as long as it's not my money paying for it. For seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance, I go to Erie Insurance, where a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products. But don't just take it from me. Talk to your local Erie agent.
Call Antrim Insurance. In Greencastle, call 593-0500. In Waynesboro, call 762-4565.
This is Chambersburg Trojans football on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Mike Berger, Gary Lang, and Chris Eckstein here at Ken Millen Stadium. Carlisle leads 46-10 after the touchdown by John Christopher at the 3:47 mark. And Carlisle does another little squibber bouncing around. The Trojans get it. Number 31, Curtis Little, the senior 176-pounder, gets a couple yards, and the Trojans will have the football. And the clock area, as you notice, looking at the scoreboard, is ticking.
So the clock is working against the Trojans right now.
Right. So if they have a 36-point play in their back pockets, they better hurry up because this is going to be a really quick 3:23 left.
Crowd is starting to thin out on the Chambersburg side of the field. Still a good crowd on the Carlisle side, the home side of the field here.
Carlisle, they should be very proud of their program. They've had, not the greatest football programs throughout the years, but this year they're being competitive, and tonight they're showing their offense. As the handoff goes to Khalif Jones, Trojans now got their second stringers in. Khalif Jones goes to the 45, 50-yard line, 49-yard looks like he's tackled. It's close to a first down.
Come on, Chambersburg, get up to the line.
They need to realize that it's not going to stop unless there's a touchdown, an injury. So it's all Carlisle tonight, all offense. If you read the articles, you knew that the Trojans' only way to win tonight, they got to score more than that team high a couple of weeks ago, 20 points. Darius Johnson, option pass. He's going to throw one, looking for a intended receiver, number 28, Khalif Thompson. He had a good chance at it. He had his arms around it, but he was surrounded by three defenders.
Well, there's actually three Chambersburgers down in that area.
So for the Trojans, nothing to lose. Try some tricks up your sleeve. We'll have the post-game show. We'll make it quick because it's been all Carlisle tonight. We'll tell you what happened during this game, get some finals for you around the area, and get you prepared for next week's action. As the Trojans now have 1:38 remaining here in the contest, down 46-10. Motion to the right side. And the handoff goes once again to Johnson. He spins around,
My goodness,
and he's tackled. Tackled by 76, Ryan Miller. Looks like they were going for an early homecoming dance the way they were swinging around.
Yeah. Or maybe you heard of the body slam at the WWE. These Carlisle players are relentless tacklers tonight.
Mr. Klein's been very proud of you, really promoting that WWE. Because he does have a trip, like you said. 13 seconds left. Gettysburg up 24. Conrad Weiser 21. Gettysburg's having a good season this year. Trojans, 55 seconds left. Looking for something to get on the scoreboard. Deshaun Miller, fake pass, now handoff to Zach High. He goes around the right side out of bounds. Should be a first down, Chambersburg. And by the time the sticks are placed and get formatted for a fresh set of downs,
maybe this will be the last play.
Trojans will probably have the last play of the contest. So the Chambersburg Trojans will fall to 1-7, and Carlisle will be at 500, 4-4. So here should be the last play. Darius Johnson at the 25, spins around close to the 21-yard line, and once again a hard tackle by junior Guy, and that's going to end tonight's contest.
What's the final score, Mike?
Chambersburg Trojans are going to lose tonight 46-10 here at homecoming at Carlisle High School, Ken Millen Stadium. And we'll talk about everything at the postgame show. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com.
At F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit fmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender.
Hey, insurance companies that want to spend $1 gazillion on funny TV ads can go right ahead, as long as it's not my money paying for it. For seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance, I go to Erie Insurance, where a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products. But don't just take it from me. Talk to your local Erie agent.
Call Antrim Insurance. In Greencastle, call 593-0500. In Waynesboro, call 762-4565.
Have heating or air conditioning needs? Look no further than Lecron's Comfort Solutions. We service all brands: heat pumps, humidifiers, system replacements, gas, oil, electric heat, and ductless systems. Lecron's Comfort Solutions is your authorized terrain dealer. Call Corey at 717-597-3768 for a free estimate. We are licensed and insured. Lecron's Comfort Solutions. Local company, local name. Serving Greencastle and all of Franklin County with professional service and installation.
Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency, has been serving the tri-state area for 35 years. We specialize in screen printing and embroidered clothing. Del Martin Incorporated supplies a full range of brand-name uniforms for athletic, work, and medical applications, and a full line of advertising essentials. We have an in-house artist ready to put your ideas to work for you. T-shirts for schools, clubs, churches, and events. Del Martin Incorporated, 21 Sarah Susan Lane, Greencastle. Phone 717-597-5751 or online at delprint.com.
Every day, Fast Signs helps businesses with their visual communications. We ask the right questions, recommend smart solutions, and help you build your business. At Fast Signs, we're innovators, planners, and designers, and we're more than ready to help. Contact Fast Signs today.
Visit www.fastsigns.com or visit us at our Greencastle and York locations.
Live and local. This is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Well, week 8 is in the books tonight. Chambersburg Trojans lose 46-10. Chambersburg Trojans really did not have a chance throughout this contest as Carlisle just decided to go on an offensive buffet of touchdowns as everything was going right for them, especially right in the beginning of the game. Deshaun Middleton, first play off a pass by Berger, goes 46 yards. And then at the 7:10 mark in the first quarter, one play off another offensive drive, this time 64 yards by Glenn Jackson. And before you even sat down and get the seat warm, it was 12-0 already. In the second quarter, it was still 12-0 going in, and then Deontay Ramsey, we said his name a lot tonight, he goes 70 yards to make it 18-0. At 6:50 mark, Deshaun Millington again with a nice catch right in the middle, 24-0, two-point conversion, good by John Christopher, and it was 26-0 going into halftime. At halftime, after halftime was over, a nice homecoming celebration here at Carlisle High School. Barnes from Berger doing a great job with his completions. He's done a good job as far as accuracy coming in tonight's contest, 119 for 162 yards. That's at 62%, and he was doing a good job making it 32-0. Barnes with his touchdown. Trojans finally a good drive by them. 9:06 going all the way down to the 1-yard line. Zach High, he was one of the bright spots for the Trojans. He runs in to make it 32-6. So it's 32-6, extra point good, 32-7, 4:52 mark. Here comes the herd again. Deontay Ramsey goes in and makes it 38-7. The two-point conversion good, made it 40-7. Trojans were able to get a field goal to make it 40-10, and then a little more action by the herd made it 46-10 to 3:47 mark. Another touchdown by John Christopher. The mercy rule goes into effect, and before you know it, the game is over. And Gary, the final score 46-10. What does the Chambersburg Trojans need to do?
Well,
especially what
Carlisle
happened tonight.
had 7 offensive touchdowns. Chambersburg won. Chambersburg just averaging about 10 points per game. You don't win very many games just scoring 10 points. They've got to do two things: put more offense on the board and hold the other team's offense down.
Yeah, so for the Chambersburg Trojans, they got their work cut out. Again, it doesn't get any easier. They go to Chambersburg. Yes, they're home. And their final 2 home games against some very good squads. Next Friday night, they play Cumberland Valley. And then, they play Harrisburg next week. And then the following week, they play Cumberland Valley. So it doesn't get any easier for the Chambersburg Trojans.
Potentially 2 other injuries for Chambersburg. So we'll have to see if they're able to bring a full squad home next week to the football game at Trojan Stadium.
So we'll be right back after these messages. This is the post-game report. You're listening to the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com. and GameTimePA.com.
And South Central PA is showing off her best fall colors. That means home equity season at F&M Trust. The best time of year to rake in big savings with some of the best rates around on a home equity loan or line of credit. Access extra funds for anything you want. Consolidate high interest bills, keep up with college expenses, or get whatever you need. It's up to you. To rake in your savings during home equity season, visit any F&M Trust office or fmtrustonline.com. Restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
When you're ready to break away from the routine and step into a hassle-free world of fun and adventure, Klein Tours is the partner you need to make fantasy a reality. For more than 20 years, Klein Tours Incorporated has taken care of all the details for people traveling from the four-state region of South Central Pennsylvania, Western Maryland, the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia, and Winchester, Virginia area. Whether you're looking for a 1- or 2-day tour to the bright lights of New York City or the fun and excitement of Atlantic City, we've got you covered. And we offer special bonus packages so you can get more for your hard-earned dollar. Klein Tours is not only your source for major sports events and tickets to Broadway shows, we also offer multi-day air trips to destinations like Las Vegas and New Orleans. Subscribe to our newsletter for travel updates, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. Our online travel center features real-time availability and purchasing is easy. Tours can also be reserved by phone at 717-597-5997.
Chalk Talk, the only program dedicated exclusively to Franklin County High School football, is on MidPennBroadcasting.com. Join Gary Klein and Mike Montadoro every Thursday night at 7:30, streaming live from John Allison Public House, 401 East Baltimore Street in Greencastle. We preview each week's upcoming games and talk with the players, coaches, and reporters. You're invited to join the conversation. Email us your questions and comments during the show. Chalk Talk on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Live and local. This is MidPennBroadcasting.com.
It's a final here at Ken Millen Stadium. Carlisle wins 46-10 over the Chambersburg Trojans, and the Carlisle marching band is striking up a tune, and the fans are here. They're still here, is enjoying a great show on this homecoming evening. And for the Chambersburg Trojans, they'll go home next Friday night. They'll take on the Harrisburg Cougars, and we got a special treat for you. It's 3 games, 3 for the price of 1. You got Shippensburg at James Buchanan, Waynesboro at Greencastle Antrim, and Harrisburg at Chambersburg. The Chambersburg game will be audio only. The other games will be video and audio. So we got a real treat for you next Friday.
Is that same time, same channel, Mike?
Yes, it is.
What time can our sports fans tune in?
They should start tuning in, I would say, around 6:40, 6:45 for all the action.
Okay. Good working with you again, Mike, and look forward to next week.
Thank you, Gary. And any final thoughts about tonight's game?
Just not enough for the Chambersburg Trojans tonight. They showed some flashes of offense, but not enough first downs, not enough offense to come up against the Thundering Herd.
Yeah, you're exactly right. There's not enough offense. It's all Thundering Herd throughout the game. And hopefully for Chambersburg, they can regroup, have a good week of practices, and you never know. So we'll see what happens next week. I'd like to thank Chris Eckstein doing a great job doing the video tonight. And I'd like to thank everyone for listening tonight's broadcast. Just a couple reminders quick for you. Chalk Talk, the only program dedicated exclusively to Franklin County High School football, is on our MidPennBroadcasting.com every Thursday night at 7:30 from the John Allison Public House. And don't forget to tune into that, or you can go see them. They're located at 104 East Balmer Street in Greencastle. That's where they'll preview each week's upcoming game, talk with players, coaches, and reporters, and you're invited during the show at Chalk Talk at MPB, that's Mary Paul Boy, at gmail.com. Tonight's game has been a production on MidPennBroadcasting.com. Join us next Friday night. I told you about the 3 exciting games we have on Midpenn Broadcasting and GameTimePA.com. Tonight's sponsors, I'd like to thank them as well for all the great support they give us to do these broadcasts.
No Bucks, no Buck Rogers.
That's exactly right. And tonight, we'd like to thank, of course, F&M Trust Mobile. Bank wherever you are with your smartphone. Transfer funds, pay bills, more with the F&M Trust mobile app. Details at fnmtrustonline.com. Member FDIC. Antrim Insurance, your local area insurance agent. Waste Management, environmentally friendly technologies, and advanced innovations. Remax Premier Executives Agent Lois Baird. Del Martin Incorporated, a full-service advertising agency serving the tri-state area for 35 years. Also by Lecron Comfort Solutions, serving all of Franklin County with professional service and installation. Brothers Pizza, dine-in, carry-out, and delivery, 50 Pine Drive in Greencastle. And by Klein Tours, New York City, Atlantic City, and so much more. Visit kleintours.net for a complete tour schedule. I'd like to thank everyone again for joining us tonight, either by watching or listening. My name is Mike Berger, along with Gary Lying. I'd like to say good night, everyone. Tonight's final score, Carlisle Thundering Herd 46, Chambersburg 10.